We'll do it live.
Vito is a cat raper, yet another shit take from a fat faker. Couldn't lift his own weight, he's a backbreaker. Should admit he's fucking gay, he's a shaft taker. Hey, yo, Vito is a cat rapist, playing with his pussy's pussy, making stupid faces. Pocket pussy in his pocket and he's weirdly shaped. Wants to kill himself when he sees himself naked. Probably gonna kill himself cause he's bitch made. Based a character named Beck on his friend's face and paid the La Blue Girl guy to draw her getting raped. What the fuck? Comics fucking late, already collected pay, way beyond the due date. It's been 800 days. Any complaints about Eric July also apply to Vito Jizwald with an eye. At this stage, more blubber than Guy. I'm afraid he'll lose his breath trying to get on stage. Watch him get distracted by this beat for days. Days turn to weeks as I nest in the brain, rent free till his next cat leaves.
Vito let me down. He's not in the ground yet, but he still let me down. Yes, Vito let me down. I did everything I could to put you on. Introduce you to a dick named Master Son. Vito's still alive, but I don't think for long. Vito's still alive, but I don't think for long. I don't think Vito will live long enough for SK to deliver. He obviously has a fatty liver. Obviously has a fatty liver. Vito's not a pedophile, but his comics are taking a while. But his comics are taking a while. But his comics are taking a while.
Welcome to the probably 17th episode of the After Problem. Who knows if we're counting right? I certainly don't.
Fuck numbers.
Yeah, numbers are fucking stupid. We've got comic books here, though. Comic book writer Johnny Rocket. He's written all the good versions of Isom and all of the good versions of Super Killer. It's a wild coincidence that both of their other authors totally dropped the ball. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I have this superpower. When a weirdo makes a bad comic book, I can make it good. It's crazy.
yeah, like there is a narrative flow to a certain extent of the elements in his comic. Like you have to think about it not like a comic, but like you're trying to watch a cartoon. It's like storyboards for an anime, not like a comic taking advantage of the medium. It really doesn't feel like Ketter quite nails the sequential part. And you rearranging the panels, helps with some of that. Cuts out a lot of the chaff. There's a lot of chaff.
Also, the words being good helps.
Yeah. The not like spitefully taking suggestions and making them worse. That I mean, it does wonders. Does wonders. No squiggly Muslim lines I can't read. So the biggest problem was abruptly cut short. Well, Vito left because he did not want to answer about calling Dick a liar for the last couple of days. I think.
What a brave tactic to go. It's like, Vito, I have proof you're lying. Actually, you're the liar. Okay, I'll pull out the proof. I'm gonna leave.
Actually, I don't want to relitigate this, and it's stupid to even talk about. It makes for a bad show, and if it comes up, it won't be very entertaining, so I'm going to focus on trying to be entertaining by poorly playing video games. And he did finally get, by rage quitting the show early, the stream to go from biggest problem to be redirected properly. I think this is literally the first time it's ever gone smoothly from the show ending right to Vito playing a stupid video game.
Yeah, I have to assume that after the show ends, he gets up and he has a few hamburgers or something. But this time, because he left in a huff, he was like, "Oh, I forgot to order hamburgers. I should start now."
Yeah. Yeah, the guy he normally pays on Tuesday just wasn't answering the phone. Um
Yeah, that was weird. He was arguing with people at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, sorry. He was arguing with people at like 1 a.m. and at one point he was like, I'm working on stuff, and then at 3 a.m. he's still arguing, and then he's like, by the way, I'm typing less now, not because you guys won, but because I'm on a phone call. So he's having a phone call with someone while arguing with people in the Discord instead of doing work.
Is Brazil in another time zone? What
I think they're an hour ahead.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was kind of it's just
But wait, doesn't
I guess it's okay, so Brazil from my time zone is 4 hours ahead. So if he was calling someone like Keter at 3, 2 in the morning, that'd be like 6, 7 a.m. That's like a normal human beings. Well, I assume normal human beings. I don't know if they do like siestas over in Brazil, or if that's like Mexican thing. But
I thought Keter was Mexican. I swear.
Vito you're right. You're right. I'm thinking of I'm thinking of Last House. Mexican. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Keter is not from Brazil. Okay. Mexico is just.
You're so fucking racist, Krim. You're dropping the ball on dunking on Vito right now with your blind, searing, white-hot white supremacy.
I mean, without Sean here, we just don't have the experts. He pinpointed based on Ketter's art that the woman in the comic is Persian, just like sight unseen, knowing nothing, and was just correct. Like
amazing.
He's I only have like the PhD academic level of like he's got like a deep intuition of what people are in a very different way than my intuition of what people are is, but it's functionally actually exactly the same. We talked about doing a heat map of the reason Vito will die and the month and maybe where, but I feel like all the safe money's in his own home, or like
well, the question, will it be this home or will he move? Because I think he might quit the show in like a year or two. But as for him dying, I could picture him living either a few decades or 8 years, but not in LA.
Yeah, I think that Vito, has to die for Christopher to live.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Well, not exactly, but like that's what Riley meant with his death pool, was him actually dying. But like if he doesn't like stop being this weird idea of Vito that he's being right now, where he's like better than everyone else, and that like his comic is great and he can attack like Elephant or whatever. It's like whatever weird series of things he has as his leverage and balance of like the stack of where he sits. It just doesn't. It needs to die, and for it to die, Vito has to basically be a different person. Like the self-reflection, the like those sorts of things. Like I don't know. The only way I see out for him is some form of ego death, and drugs are bad. So I don't know what's gonna happen there.
You should legally change his name to John Dishwasher and start washing those dishes.
That would probably actually be the best thing for his life. He could do the occasional opioid in the back room in the kitchen with everyone else. Just basic kitchen work, job tasks. That'd probably be better for him. He's in the back. No one has to like see him except other people working there, and they're on heroin, so they don't care how fat he is. That'd probably work out pretty well. And then And then John Dishwasher, the new character coming from the Clipiverse, starring Schizo Sean as John Dishwasher, would be an homage to this proud American with an actual job and not some weird parasocial Patreon thing. Not that, there's a problem with the parasocial Patreon thing. It's just he seems fucked in the head about it.
He might actually want to be John Dishwasher because he brought in John Dishwasher. It was like, look at this guy. It was a dream. And then they looked it up and it was a traveling guy who made his way dishwashing. Yeah, okay. Never mind. I thought he had
That's true. Well, there's also like the Whatnot stream where he sees the Chinese lady just doing like rote tasks that she doesn't have to think about almost. And it's just like a fugue state of item, price, go, go, go. I think he just wants like to not make decisions ever in his entire life. And whatever set, like a format takes away decisions, so he makes less of them. It just, even with like the gun thing, I was like, I wrote it kind of vague so I could do something somewhere else. He talked about at one point.
Don't be vague, Vito. You have to pull the trigger. You have to pull the trigger, or we're not looking at anything.
Well, he said at one point he wanted to like kill 5 heroes with 3 bullets, but he like couldn't figure out how to do that and like wanted it to recharge. So instead of like keeping that around so the gun could be vague and have more shots, he decided to scrap the 5 people thing. Like you can't like pew, you line the heads up, just as an easy shot example, the Power Rangers and the Magical Girls all transform standing in a fucking line. Every single one of them. Ever. Just off the top of my head. I don't know what he was doing there. So we've got some normal show stuff, I suppose. The beard gambling that Sean and I are doing based on problems, where I will shave off one side of my beard and the mustache on the opposite side for at least a week. Maybe the other way. We'll see which direction. I don't know. I guess we'll probably let the winner pick or something. But Sean picked liberal mass shooters, and I picked undercover cops at Burning Man, and apparently everyone's just getting shitty deliveries now, which makes sense. Because I think all the truck drivers have been replaced by Indians. Or like contractors who drive around in weird vans. It looks like they're going to topple over from being too tall. And they just kind of like, I don't know, do it wrong.
Yeah, why they can't drive? Those pieces of shit. You just drive. You just beep beep. I'm coming this way, people. Avoid me.
Well, the teaching the symbol matching is just such a funny revelation that they're very clearly, obviously doing to pass driving tests. Where they'll just give them, it's like, oh yeah, just pick the answer that matches this shape, not like the one that says don't go through a crosswalk. Just pick the symbol that is here on this question about a crosswalk, because it's just this like rote government test that isn't real. It's just give us this answer. So if it's probably only so many questions, they just teach them 1+2 for anything, truck driver test, the CDL endorsement, all that stuff. Big nepotism scams. So it's a wash this week. So we'll see if Johnny Rocket here stealing the pick from him will win him some points, or lose us both points, or we'll see what happens. The problems this week, let's see. Vito had the modernization of design. Oh, that's right. The Cracker Barrel logo. Have you been to a Cracker Barrel before? I've never even seen a Cracker Barrel, except I think I walked past one in a mall in Bellevue once.
Basically, same experience. I've never been in. I've seen a couple. I really don't get how like he misses the cartoon characters that were at like McDonald's and Wendy's and Burger King, and it's like I remember those Burger King kids as a kid, and I never thought it was cool. I was like, oh, this is stupid.
No, I thought like the kids club thing where they had like newsletters with cool games and stuff were kind of like neat, and you could like pick that up and do that while you're eating some French fries at the restaurant. It's an activity to do.
I don't read newsletters. That was beneath me, even at 8 years old. That was beneath me.
Yeah, I consume absolute garbage. And then I watch hundreds of reviews about that absolute garbage to see how people are talking about it because I find it amusing. Unfortunately, there's not enough Super Killer reviews. I guess Josh Jenny is doing some sort of live show somewhere, so his show didn't air this week. He said he was doing a Super Killer review where he was going to review all the reviews. But so far, it's pretty much just been like Dick and then, I don't know, streams. Mostly not reviews. I think John Della Rose put one out and BL Blankenship put one out. I haven't watched either one.
JDA said it was better than Cyberfrog. He said something else was better than Cyberfrog. It's what a great bit, JDA. What a great bit.
It's totally nuts. Yeah, I've seen the Cracker Barrel. I thought it was a furniture store for the longest time, just because it has a barrel on it. I thought it was like a hipster furniture store that sold like dumb shit made out of like barrels and stuff like that. Because I looked in, and it's just like furniture, and no one's in there, so no one's eating. So I had no idea that it was a fucking restaurant because I'm stupid. McDonald's though, I don't know. Like, I don't really like McDonald's, but the weird box gray shape is kind of boring. But I don't know. The 90s, something wasn't sustainable. There aren't like little coffee shops or weird random kitschy shit like that anymore. Maybe there is in Florida, but I haven't seen anything like that in ages.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's weird. They're all squares now, but like you're only supposed to be there for like 20 minutes. Like if you're not picking up the food and leaving, you're only there with like your friends for like 25 minutes.
Yeah, it does seem like the standardization of a McDonald's would, I don't know, help in most cases. I think one of the reasons people like Trump favors something like McDonald's and steaks that are well done is that if you order a well done steak, it doesn't matter where you order it. It's always going to be the same. If you order McDonald's, it pretty much almost a very low chance it's going to be different than any other McDonald's in the country. I think I watched a tour of a guy who went around to maybe every McDonald's, maybe just like a McDonald's in every state, but they weren't like some of them had a couple regional items, but they weren't anything that different. It was just, oh, you can get the same thing everywhere. Woo!
Not all teenagers and illegals are created equal.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the other thing too, is that the more time has gone on, the less they're actually hiring like young people, and those jobs aren't like, I'm going to work here for a couple months while I'm in school and then do something else. It's just like Indians and people who don't speak English and like franchise owners from other countries that don't speak English right and don't get your order right, and people who just don't. I don't know if you can pay someone to care enough to get a fast food order right, honestly. Like, I don't think that's a factor of the it being correct. I think it's just like such a shitty job that it's just going to be fucked because no one can possibly care about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like it's a real problem though. Like, it's annoying and it's boring. I wish things were like colorful and cool and fun, but
yeah, for some logos, I'm like, yeah, it would be cool, or if it was that, but it's like it's a fast food place. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, it's not really. I don't really think Cracker Barrel is a real. I've never met anyone who had that as some sort of cultural touchstone. I don't know if Vito's just like trying to play it up because that was in the news, but maybe he went to Cracker Barrel. Who knows? It's a very, very weird one. I'd rather have malls come back though than McDonald's look fancy again. Personally,
yeah, that's better. If malls used to be cool to walk around. That used to be fun, but now like a lot of them. Have you seen the TikToks where it's kids exploring the abandoned malls, and it's like, whoa! It's like
I've watched YouTubers do that.
It's like the zombie apocalypse happened. There's fucking malls, these big fucking things,
they're all over
totally unused.
It seems like a great place to do anything that like LARPing or filming or all of that stuff. Apparently, I remember hearing about not Clerks 3, one of his stupid movies. Mallrats. He wanted to do a Mallrats sequel. Kevin Smith did, and he was trying to get a mall during COVID to do any shooting in, and it was just like totally fucking impossible. But those abandoned ones, it seems like you just do whatever you want in, and like who's gonna stop you? But I guess if you're like union, maybe you have to care about stuff. I don't, but
Another fun part about the abandoned malls, though, is I saw a clip where they're like exploring an abandoned mall, and then like a homeless guy with a knife comes out. So it's wow, this is cool to watch. So now
it's like wilderness exploring, and then you get mauled by a bear.
Yeah. So now all over America is we basically have like tiny silent hills. Very cool.
That does seem cool. I've also seen like abandoned universities that are just as cool and expansive and often more dilapidated than the malls. Because the malls, at least, I don't know, sometimes they still have like power because like the air has to keep running to them, or it just turns into like a stale, toxic poison inside, and you like can't like because there's no windows, there's no natural air circulation. It's all the air conditioning. So if that goes down, then it's just all stale, sitting, like cooking, gross air. It just tastes like total garbage. It sucks to breathe. But most abandoned places probably aren't very pleasant to breathe in. What was the other problem here? We got forgetting to take the laundry out of the washing machine.
Yeah. That is a pretty good one. That has happened to me a couple of times where you put the laundry in, you go to do something, and then then you're in bed, and then you're at like 1 a.m. You're like, fuck, I left it in the machine. Do I have clothes tomorrow? Shit, no, I have to do this right now. I'll put it quick wash and then dryer. Do it right now.
I've done that before where I thought that I hadn't put it in yet. Like I just totally forgot. And so I took another load of laundry back there and went to put it in. And then I find that there's already a load of like a load of laundry in there. That's half of my clothes. Like, God damn it. It's just the 2-in-1s though. They totally suck. Apparently they don't drain water. They're too humid. They make sense if you fill a container with water, then try to like dry the container and the other shit. Like it's gonna, I don't know.
Yeah, 2-in-1 seems like a scam. You need a washer and a dryer. You can't make this disgusting hybrid that's a crime against God. Keep them separate, as Schizo Sean would say.
Separate and not really equal, because the dryer is also good for putting blankets in that aren't dirty just to make them warm. So the dryer is definitely better.
Dryers let you cozy, Max.
Yeah, exactly. The fucking mailing your clothes away and then just like leaving them on your stoop after some random delivery driver throws them there. Like what is that?
So fucking wait. Okay, so Vito's scared of people taking stuff that's in his garage, but he's not scared of people taking all of his clothes when they're on his doorstep.
Yeah, because he really doesn't seem like the kind of person who would do multiple loads of clothes. Now, maybe he wouldn't wash all of his clothes at once, but I don't really think it's like, well, I'm doing this load and then this load and then this load. I think it's like these are either he's targeting clothes that he's going to wear and only washes those and everything else just stays littered around and dirty, or he waits until he's worn every single item of clothing, has his bluey jizz rag on, and then bags it all up and sends it out, and then comes out to whatever's happening with bunny people outside.
The bluey shirt might be the bluey shirt might be the my slaves are washing my clothes shirt.
Yeah, but you also have to take into account things like he would take work showers and not shower really unless he was like going over to Dick's for the show. I can't imagine that leaves a lot of like clean clothes just in general. Scar wants to know if that's your only hat or your signature hat.
Oh, I mean, I like this one a lot. But let me hold on. I got another hat that would be better for this show. Vamp for like a minute or two.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Well, let's pull this clip up here. This is from, I think, 2 years ago or so. And this is Vito with, oh my God, I can't remember his first name, but he does a show with Mint, Tits and Areolas. And he's got a podcast. I'm probably going to botch the name here because I can't see my clip file name, but here we go.
Let's be clear, this is not an overnight success. I spent 5 years on YouTube building up a fan base, building up a brand, getting people to trust me and say, look, I know how to make stuff. This is not my first crowdfunder either. I also did my card game.
He did Enemy Weapon.
And again, that was
Enemy
another
Weapon,
proof of
and
concept
I don't know how well that did.
Where this one's kicking around. I said, I'm going to do a really professional product. That campaign was like a nightmare.
No, very nice. Very
like
nice. That's perfect.
Minimum.
That's perfect. We
I
do, in fact, we love any race that has
again,
magic
now
here.
I do the second crowdfunding campaign, and I can go look at the
definitely
first
a race,
you know,
and they
a lot of
definitely
people
have
do a crowdfunding
magic.
campaign. They go, is this guy going to rip me off? Is he going to make a shitty
There you
product?
go.
Well, how about here,
Look at
Vito?
the first one I didn't do it that time. That time it
did
came
the
out
clip.
on time. It looked.
I put on the I Love Israel hat, and I just
you
start
gotta be
hearing
willing to invest
Vito.
money to prove to people in your audience that you can get the job done.
I probably talked over it, but that was where he says that he didn't think he could do a comic until he like looked around, found a Spanish artist, and that it was $100 per page back when he originally found Keter. I don't really know anything about comic prices or numbers, but that's what Vito thought was affordable. So I assume a reasonable price is a lot more than that.
Yeah, that's a deal. Because he's in Mexico. What is that? Is that like 3? Is that like how much is that in Mexican?
I think it's like the same amount of money basically. You just don't pay as many taxes. Yeah. They might have a few things that are cheaper incidentally. I think rent is less of a it's still an issue, but it's not like I don't think the Chinese are buying Mexican houses for some reason. Maybe it's the cartels that would kill them. Who knows? But apparently you can still rent in Mexico and afford that, unlike a lot of places here. I don't know. Maybe it goes farther. I assume it has to go farther for something. If the art's like cheaper, and he thought that. My main point of bringing it is that it was another thing where he had an idea he wanted, and then he refused to do it until he found like a compromise. Not a solution that sounds like what he wanted, which would be an artist that he can communicate with and talk to. It sounded like he wanted to be able to pay like EVS's not friend fee for a cover and, you know, whatever the page rate for that sort of thing is. Not Mexican foreign artist. I don't know if Keter's any like I don't know how to like evaluate his art style. There's just issues with the visual storytelling here. I don't think it's an art or even talent issue. I think it's a medium communication issue where Vito can't communicate the idea down to Keter. He probably told Keter to trace the gun, and that's why it's traced on the page. Yeah, I don't know if he intended to tell Keter that, but like after the AI communication he had, he obviously seems like he doesn't, I don't know, mesh well. No,
he said to EVS or whatever that or on Twitter, he did say, yeah, I told Keter to trace this gun.
Yeah. I don't know why he did that. It makes it seem like it has some relation to Vito's childhood and not Sneaky Kyle's childhood. But if it is a self-insert, is that really different? And why is it traced? It's fine. It's not like a big deal or anything. It looks incongruent to me. It's not that the angle looks incongruent to me. It's that it's not the same style as the rest of the fucking page.
Yeah, the gun could be anything, and he chose this toy he likes.
Yeah, for some meta reason, which is I think most of my issues with this most recent draft are meta communication issues. Either Superman, evil Superman, not like really meshing with the memes of actual Superman. So you get this kind of like muddy, confused mess. The lunchbox not being the lunchbox from the campaign. It's just like it's so minor, but it's another one of those meta elements that he added to the beginning that wasn't there. Here's his lunchbox. Here's how he gets his mission information. That's kind of cool. I like the idea that he gets comics to kill the people. That's neat. I don't know if that was needed for mission 1. The cold open to her means doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Distracted. Oh fuck! It's just
the first section with Artie is unnecessary.
Yeah.
The Beck reading Meteor Man's comic, and it's one page that summarizes the character. That's a good idea, and it makes sense to do that for other ones where it's not obviously Superman.
Yeah, I know. I've yelled at other people about this, but like your eye transition from the Maniac driving by with Corgan into the eyedropper villain whose name I'm blanking on.
Misery Master.
Yeah, the Misery Master. The scene transition from there with the door driving by to the peephole to the eyeball. It's like the inside of his I can see the movement reading that because Corgan knows how to take advantage of the medium that he's using. Vito gave Keter storyboards to draw in his style. He did not give Keter like a comic that like flows like a comic. He has an illustrated storyboard here. If I look at this as like a cartoon storyboard, a lot of the things that people have issue with make some more sense. The comic transition from him reading, I can see that like zooming in on that comic, and then like you zoom back out and it's her, and that would be a good animated transition, but it's not a good comic transition without a couple of additional panels showing the motion at least. And Corgan did a fantastic job with like the panels getting smaller and going to it. It's just carried throughout the book, that same issue. I guess writer's block might be kind of relevant to this whole thing. I don't know if Vito's modernizing his comic, but he definitely seems to have some weird ideas on what has to be and what can't be changed. Like he obviously has some complex like meta elements that are set in stone in his mind that he's made decisions about. Whether that's Keter has to be the artist or the magical girl one is the most important thing, or that it's the next actual comic. But it does seem like just the meta. Yeah, they're all muddy. Going from the bank to FDIC insurance to the microwave.
Hearing him say, I looked up what FDIC insurance is for this, and it's like that doesn't fucking matter. It's a superhero comic, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't know what to do about writer's block. Did you see Eric's video about it?
Yeah. He said, you got to write. You first off, to be a writer, you gotta write, and second off, you gotta sit down in your room with a computer and you gotta write, and it's hard because it's a chore, and you just gotta figure out, you
just gotta love the process. You gotta love the process. My favorite part that he's just like, well, try doing it here or here, not just in your computer in bed. Like that sounds like him describing his writing process, and that someone like Chuck Dixon was like, you can just like write anywhere, right?
Yep. I write on this desk. I write in bed. I write on the couch.
My favorite one was the car though, because it's like take this corner here, crash into the warehouse, get that going. I mean,
no survivors.
I'm
writing their obituaries.
Yeah, exactly. Just start killing people. Actually, that probably give you more inspiration than writing down your no ideas.
The way that guy screamed is funny. I gotta write that down.
I hadn't heard that sphere thing at all before. Had you? Is that like the Las
The
Vegas sphere? Is that what it is?
Yeah, the Vegas
Oh,
sphere.
God.
I've seen the memes where they make it a big stupid smiley face and it goes like ooh, ooh, like it looks at random people, and then apparently on the inside it can like it's sort of like a planetarium, but like it's all over, like it can trick you into thinking like you're in the desert or you're in the Antarctic.
Well, he also said that they have to upscale a film filmed on film to 16K using AI, which is not how film restoration works. And then he's just like, this practical effect that looked amazing and was like era defining or like, a key facet of it. What if we just made it a shitty CGI cartoon? Wouldn't that be fucking great?
Yeah.
No, not even at 16K. Not even like living inside of it. That would still be stupid.
Bring back claymation. Got to bring it back.
Yeah. So I guess we're the sphere hater problem. Yeah. I don't know what to do about writer's block. I think you actually have to like go do things and like live your life and like be a human being and interact with other people and dramatic-y incidents and like, consuming things. Maybe the consuming things is the least good part of that idea.
Yeah, it's a slow day at work. I come up with stuff. That's how it is.
Yeah. So which we usually pick a problem each week, like I said, that we think is gonna like win there. Do you have what do you think? What do you think is gonna get the most votes this week between the 4 problems there?
I'm probably a little biased, but I think it's forgetting to move close to the dryer because that has happened to me. I don't really give a shit about logos changing that much. The sphere seems stupid, so obviously I'm not picking sphere haters. And then writer's block, that that goes away.
Yeah, I think you're right. That one's probably going to win. Writer's block, I think, was my second pick. Yeah. I often don't have ideas, and I do usually write down all of my ideas, even if I have a hard time keeping track of them. Riley was using sticky notes. That was a pretty good system. So we've got those locked in. We'll see next week how our beards are doing. Let's see here. Vito mentioned on his live stream that he's got a Super Killer 2 timeline, and he's trying to decide if it should be 2 30-page books or one big graphic novel. And he has 10 pages done.
Vito, it's a normal comic is 25 pages. Your first comic was years late because it's 60-something pages. It's due shorter.
Yeah, if I look at the maybe I should just pull it up. The original script, it's like 40 pages total.
Wait, this is for Super Killer 2?
This is for Super Killer 1. This is the original. This is the one that leaked on, I think, Preston Poulter's stream because the drive link was in the file name, and everyone got mad about there being pictures of fish.
Fish.
Yeah, it's got the Simpsons fish for reference up at like page 2 or 3 or something for some background element in someone's room, or the fish fucker scene somewhere. I don't know.
Night Manta was gonna fuck the fish from Simpsons.
I think maybe she had one on her shelf. Maybe there's one in the background somewhere still. But this is 48 pages. Super Killer Act 1 was 26 pages. So there's 22 pages there, and then this is 70 pages, and the rough draft was 66 pages, so -2 for the cover and title page. Yeah, he added 2 more pages since this rough draft here, and those are, I think, one at the top and one towards the end. But yeah, it was originally 43 pages, and now it's like 70.
Amazing,
at least
amazing,
70.
Great job, Vito.
If he doesn't try to, like,
Vito,
make it
140. That's how many pages Super Killer 2 needs.
Yeah, you should actually, like those X-Men collections, the omnibuses that have like every issue of X-Men, you should actually just do the entire 100-issue run of Super Killer and sell it in one of those all at once. It's really the best way to go. And you should not release any of it until it's done. You should go live in a fucking monastery in the mountain with Starlink to call in for the show. Okay. Yeah, so I guess that's the show roundup there. That was what are we at? 40 minutes. Okay, I had some clips that Young Klippa mentioned on his show that did not work originally, and I've cut them down a bit here. This was the one that did not play that I wanted to play because it was about well, it's about Vito, but I don't know if Vito knows that. So here we go.
Lombardi, I just got here. So is Super Killer shipping, or is it true Vito spent the money on meme coin and magic cards?
Well, luckily the meme coins and the magic cards I can turn back into money. So I no, guys, it's getting printed. This idea that I'm out of money is
you did spend
again, it was
30K
invented
on
by a
magic
crazy
cards
person.
though.
Yeah, he did. It
Yeah,
was
it is
definitely
silly.
bought a large amount of magic cards. Yeah, here we go. He said it was started by a crazy person. Vito is the one that told Riley that he had spent all the money and there was no money left. No one else started that rumor. Vito said it to another person, and then it was repeated because he thought he had the advantage of recording and could take editing control of it.
Yeah, it's
because he'd been recording for a sizable amount of time, which is why he had to edit the file before he could show it.
Yeah, Ripoff Verse also repeated that Vito wasted all the money, and so I think he's trying to go. How he said it is, I think he's trying to imply Ripoff Verse made it up.
Oh yeah, that would make sense that he would just try to pin it on someone else instead of his own behavior. He has a real hard time taking responsibility for stuff. Let's see, what else do I got here? I have this clip of Vito decided to go on some slum streams. They're not even like worth watching or looking at. They're just run by idiots.
I know their names?
I think Dark Gift is on there. It's just
I think I've seen that Liam guy. I think I've seen Dark Gift tweet. He's retarded.
Yeah, he's pretty fucking dumb. His grasp of what's going on is tenuous at best in any given situation. Vito, right after, when did that one happen? Why was he mad at me? Oh, Sean had just showed up to his house and I yelled at him on stream. That's right. I forgot that we did that. Right after that happened, he went on a slum stream to go, I don't know, they were trying to like manipulate him and get him to do stuff, and it didn't really work at the time. He just like totally barrel rolled over him when he's like, well, I didn't call you a pedo. He's like, I don't, and he just like pushed past it in a Stonewall sort of way that Vito's actually he deflected, and they're not good at noticing, so he just steamrolled past it. They're definitely playing him. Like, they were sending him stuff about Liam because he was mad about Liam commenting on his comic, which I think he just said that he didn't like the Meteorium or like the soup or like I watched it. It's Liam. He had some he politely suggested a few things. Then I super chatted. Vito freaked out in Discord about like Liam's retarded. I super chatted to let Liam know Vito said that, and then Liam went, "Okay, here's what I really think. You completely fucked up here, and here. You're retarded. It's great." And then so Vito, after arguing with people a bunch, he was like, "Oh, look, it's I found a bunch of stuff about Liam. Like, see, he changed these quotes." It's he was just basically going on a Kiwi Farm, like whether it was a Kiwi Farms thread or a stream with them or a private room with them or some DM that someone sent him about Liam or my behavior or whatever else he thinks is going on. It's just reading Kiwi Farms. It's just like a big long stream of like nonsense, and he's just posting it and reposting other people's stuff. it's like if you get into an argument with someone who uses Reddit way too much and they won't talk to you, they'll just like copy other people's posts that got upvotes in response to what they think you're saying, or they can frame what you're saying.
You sound mad. You sound like you have low karma on Reddit.
Probably, yeah. Actually,
Can someone revoke this guy's internet license?
I actually have one. When I went to school, there was a class that you had to do to get into the computer networking section, and it was like an internet certification bullshit course, where it's like, you know how to use a mouse? You know what copying and pasting is? Can you find print on the file menu? And it's just like, here's your certification. You don't have to like do this class. You can just like go home. This is just like our making sure you know computer basics like typing, because we're a vocational school. So I actually am certified in using the internet officially for whatever that is worth, which is, I assume, very little. But yeah, he instantly ran to the slums after that, started crying to them, tried to like play Katie against me, eventually quit that group chat that he invited a bunch of people to over it, because I don't know, he just like does that, like tries to get attention in a new place. Like when it didn't get traction on the Discord when he was trying to yell at Liam, he moved into like a live stream chat, and when that didn't work, he would just like start posting it on Twitter, and he's just like posting the same thing over and over and over without any explanation. It's just insane. Maybe he realized there was no way to present that, and that's why he didn't do his problem that he said he was going to do to EVS, which was
I feel like you
quotes.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like he could have gone. My problem is fake quotes. You see this quote? Look, blah blah blah. Here's the actual quote. See, he changed it.
Yeah,
yeah.
But
he could have done it. He chickened out, I guess.
Yeah, he said he was going to make a video proving it, and then he told EVS that he was going to go on a stream and prove it, and then he said he was going to, do it on the biggest problem or whatever. And it's just, if he doesn't just like say what he means, it's just the same thing all the time. It's like, oh, I have this like secret information or this thing about this person over here that's like, well, it's really this really important person told me this, so that makes it okay that I texted your wife or called her or went to the school to lure children or
here's my rubric here. My wife taught 5th grade English, so I have a I
know, because I
at
work.
Well, wait a second. Was your wife the ISOM reviewer?
No.
That fucking cackle, like I know, because I called her at work. He actually does think it's fucking funny. He just does not get it at all.
Did I hurt you by doing something rude? Aren't I a scamp? You're the pussy for caring. Oh,
yeah. I don't know what he's trying to accomplish when he's doing stuff like that, or who he's trying to sell it to. Because I don't think it's working with his audience, though. Eric July really didn't have a thing working with his audience either, so I slowly like alienated more and more people. I got his page right there. Did that. We've got an interlude in here while I slam some water for my throat.
Slam that water.
Oh no, it's much shorter than I thought.
Run, piggy, run! Woo!
That's from Music Meister over on YouTube. He's making lots of fun little videos making fun of that. I have one of Super Killer versus the Maniac, but I couldn't get it to download right because I had too many clips. So it's a pretty fun one. He's got some neat stuff. He's got a lot of stuff making fun of Vito. I'm a fan there. Go check that out. Let's see here. Super Killer. Too much writing. This is
about ISOM too, because I only read through it once when we did.
This is okay.
I only read through it once when we did that review.
Yeah.
He has so many panels that have no writing at all.
Yeah,
no writing at all.
Who would have no writing on panels? What? It's not like it's mostly drawings. It's not like
Yeah,
a
it's not like
comic
you're-
book is mostly drawings. It's not like there's comic books with no writing at all and they just use the pictures. What it's you need 1,000 words a page or the fucking retarded audience won't know what's going on.
Yeah, they won't understand the action that's going on screen, even though it's actually not about any of that. And the overly expansive dialogue is just quips and jokes and not actual story progressing important elements.
No, Krim, the joke has to take 2 pages. Okay? It has to take 2 pages. Every joke. 2 pages. Not one panel, 2 pages.
Did he even in the original drafts, it doesn't look like he was supposed to use the super space gun on the pizza guy. It just says his brain's blown off.
Yeah, how you fix that is you have him use like a sawed-off shotgun, but Cater,
just like underneath like the pizza box or something.
Cater drew the ray gun, and Vito saw no problem with that, even though he was like, he only gets 3 shots per mission.
Yeah, and it's like expending second shot, and he's like, "Well, I always had this like charging thing in mind." It's like you can't. It's like he's never seen like sliders or something. It's just like
it's like I saw him sitting in a car or walking to a place.
Yeah,
and I'm like working on my.
Sitting in a car or walking to a place. I feel like, oh god, what part was that of the book? I think Tony complained about this at one point. Actually, the exterior shot of the diner that he says that this is an important establishing shot. Is Scar wants to join? Is he here somewhere? Oh yes, okay, here we are. And add to hello, welcome Scar.
Hey.
Author of possibly pro or possibly anti-fat woman song, Fat Woman Anthem. It's
I leave it
impossible to really say. Probably both, actually.
It's in the air. It's for however you want to interpret it.
And congrats on being a new father.
Hey, it's 7 months. I have a boy coming out. I gotta look at the fucker. See just how Mexican he is before I come up with a name. But we have a boy.
You got to make sure it matches his physiognomy. You wouldn't want like a mismatched name. That'll cause some identity issues later.
That word has entered my vocabulary in the past couple of weeks. I've been introducing it to my black friends. I'm like, if you look at the skull of our friend over there, he's not as smart. But ultimately, I could stop calling my fetus it. I still call it it, but it's he. But I still do it.
Yeah, it takes a while to get that. Here we go. This establishing shot here. I guess he also filled it with dialogue, which makes it questionable for an establishing shot. But this is another one of those pieces where I can see in a cartoon. Here's the storyboard here. We've got this. She's reading. He jumps out surprising. We zoom through the diner outside, showing the shot or who's inside or what the size of the diner is, because the original shot was inside. You would have zoomed around the area, and it's just not there because it's a comic, and he doesn't.
I see the problem with go back up when he's like. He's obviously trying to set a scene where he's right behind me, but he obviously sets the surprise part way too early. I mean, a thunderbolt and it's still dark, and that's where he decides to put the flash. The flash should be a little bit earlier. I know that sounds like nothing, but as a slapstick, I love slapstick humor, and he's doing it wrong.
Well,
it's a part of him doing everything wrong.
Yeah,
exactly.
It would be like if the whoopee cushion went off when you pulled the chair out. I don't.
Here, have a seat.
That. Yeah, have a seat.
Whoops, I farted moving the chair.
Yeah, my bad. That was me. I farted.
Is that a whoopee cushion? No, I shit myself. I really shit myself. You look retarded.
Yeah, you stupid motherfucker. I farted.
I was going through nothing. I was going through my own mental inventory of life and what happens. And I remember Vito saying at one point he lost a hard drive.
Fishing accident?
And I guess so. but I think that's one of the reasons some of these like assets aren't there. Like
a Project
in Act
Zomboid
1
event, if you would.
I'm sure that is 100% accurate, but I have no idea what that is.
Lost assets.
Yeah. There's some like head bubbles here with them on them where there are thinking panels that just say Super Killer or indicate who's there. The acrylic writing, I think, was probably a non-standard like asset font pack that he found that was, not on there anymore. But you got the acrylic here where it's slammed and he's outside. And it's obviously like cleaner and better done. I think he also lost a lot of like dialogue changes from the draft. I think he basically lost every change and asset that he put into Act 1.
So, Johnny, can I ask you a question as an outsider real quick? How
Of
long
course.
do you think it would take you to design... go back up to where he slams himself on the desk. Where he goes wham.
Oh, this guy, right?
No, Super Killer.
Oh, where he slams on the desk.
Because there was a good wham I saw there.
It's in the diner.
Yeah.
To make me a burger, bitch. It's so funny. Whomp. So how long do you think, between me and you, how long do you think that would take in a day? Maybe a couple days, maybe a few weeks?
I'm sorry, what part?
The wham, the whump. Because it's obviously higher detail, right? We're establishing that might take some work.
Yeah, that each letter probably a week or two, man. That's a good whump.
Every letter is if we break it down to the hour, it's probably about 30 per hour.
Yeah, some people make a mistake and try and go with whamp, and it's like, no, you got to go with whump.
Whump.
Okay, the U is better than the A.
This guy's done it before. I can tell. He's an experienced artist.
I'm a whumper.
It seems like he definitely had to redo some of those onomatopoeia because they're like different and in different positions, and it's very just weird.
I guess I did want to get to a point. If I don't want to interrupt, but ultimately, you guys said something about Vito talking about a page full of dialogue versus a page without dialogue, and he made such a big fucking deal. And I'm sitting here trying my best to digest this. I have read more pages of ISOM and got it down before I ever gave up reading this shitty comic. This shit cannot write anything good on a page that keeps me interested. I would like to see Vito write one or a full spread, right? Where nothing but intense shit happens and has me breathless. But I know that Vito doesn't have the ability to just use, the ability to show you something visually that's happening on a book, which is a part of the magic, as he talks about writing in his bubbles. Let's stop right here. Let's see. Let's stop at a random bubble. Special desperation attack. Man, that is so funny.
Just chowder bomb.
And it misses. And it misses the guy. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh shit. What happened? Oh, escape.
He's going Joker mode.
Yeah. Makes a big deal about it and just totally fucking whiffs it.
Oh
Here
my
he's
god.
come back,
Napkin?
smashing in.
I don't have any
I
napkins.
think that, or maybe it's just it's not in that one. In the much earlier draft, it's got like a big huge cape floating everywhere. That
on the earlier draft, it hits him and he goes, "No, that's not good enough."
Well, on the earlier draft, it looks like he probably should have just hit him there because he was like trying to hit his fucking cape later, but I guess that's why he changed it, is that he is trying to dodge out of the way with his cape floating majestically next to him after he desperation throws the chowder bomb. There we go. Yeah, see, that's a lot closer of a miss.
Yes. Not quite as funny, though. It's like...
Yeah.
No.
Face just
I'm
different.
so glad he updated that. Dude, Imagine if he didn't take like 7 more months updating that. How sad we would all be and like disappointed in him. You know, me as a perfectionist, I have been writing the same song for 3 years, and none of you will ever hear it until I'm done with it.
Yeah,
that's the way to do it.
Actually,
sure, the idea is
actually
going to be the same. You know, I fucked Ted Cruz in a fursuit, but the next line is what changes.
Hell yeah.
Hell
yeah. That's a scene.
This was one of the improvements where he did consistently keep it improved, though. Like, he does fix it. He fixes it there. Like, this does look better. You've got the, and like, it's a good panel in general, kind of. Like, here's the jukebox from earlier knocked over.
Why is
I don't know if the full, like,
How do you no wait, okay, so that one's after, and the next one's before?
This is the final one. This is
and the next one's before.
Rough leaked script.
Wow,
yeah,
that's you. Okay, so that's definitely AI or something. Because how do you go to the creative? Like, do you understand what I'm saying, Johnny? Like, how do you get to that point with drawing that cape? Is that the first, second, or third decision?
Well, I have a theory on that, which is based on one of the sketches.
That doesn't look
maybe
right.
not the sketches. Down at the bottom, he talks about his. I'm just gonna skip past where I am in the review.
Is it like a vector?
He talks about killing his friends. I don't know. This is all like postage stamp sized files that are like super hard to like move around or look at. Because Vito, I don't know. It's like I'm gonna make it smaller, even though I'm not hosting it on my own service. I'm just putting it on Google Drive that doesn't charge me per fucking gigabyte.
Yeah, all my stuff is on Google Drive. So when your computer blows up, you don't lose all your work.
Yes, it's page 41.
Me personally, I just have a WeTransfer link that every 14 days, I just nonstop transfer my 2 gigabytes of work. And if I miss those 14 days, I got to start from scratch again.
That keeps you honest, though.
It does, honestly. I start remembering the letters, and that becomes the game to me. I almost forget about the files. My life is consistent of like trying to remember the letters of that link.
Okay, so when I saw this image, it jumped out to me because I'd just been looking at Dark Gifts comic, actually, ironically enough, and one of his covers has these like weird eyes behind it. I've seen a couple other people who make like weird kind of like, I don't know, what looks like shitty comics. I'm just gonna assume that I'm right for the most part, but they do this like weird eye thing behind everything. I'm sure there's some good shot of it that's inspiring them, but it's odd. But what jumped out to me is look at the positions of the heads and like the shape of them. This I can almost see the storyboard underneath that Ketter's like bringing to life. Feels like the wrong word given how static it feels, but you know what I mean.
El Maricon said the heads go here, here, and here. Yeah. That is what I have to draw for the Maricon.
Yeah, and I probably wouldn't have even thought that if Vito hadn't talked about how he sent the artist like a big AI picture and told him to draw that rather than a storyboard. We've got some fancy.
No, hold on. No, keep talking. This is for Vito to pay attention. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I get it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but the heads are the same angle here, and it kind of feels like that with a lot of the stuff. Even the good panels though, like feel like Vito's storyboard. And if he got sensitive about like that cape or something, I bet that it was just like Vito drew a big, huge, gigantic cape in his like little scribble drawing, and that's why Ketter's cape like looks like that. Like Ketter has done sequential art for a couple of years now because of whatever's going on, but he hadn't really before, and I don't know. I think a lot of these inconsistencies are directly from Vito's storyboards, not the artist. I think it's just like he can't communicate with his artist at all. It's totally
Ketter barely speaks English. Like I mentioned him on Instagram, and like he ended his message with greetings. So if the guy doesn't speak the same language as you when you're working on anything, it doesn't turn out great.
Yeah, it like communication is like a key part of the process. I think I talked to Sean about this last week. It was the Dragon Ball Super manga once Toyo Toro like wasn't the intermediary between like Toriyama and the page, his panels flowed together better, and like they took more advantage of the medium, whereas before that it was more of like a storyboard sort of situation. And I think part of that is the lack of communication between the artists, whether that's because Toriyama's been doing this for like 6,000 years and then got brain cancer and died because he made too many comics,
No, it
or
was the vaccine. It was the
So
vaccine.
Yeah.
I read a lot
Or
of his
speak
comics
Spanish.
while I was able to, and during the Cell Saga, I noticed that everything was a lot more consolidated and very straightforward. There was no filler or time to explain things in between. Like, from absorption to Cell Juniors was within the same chapter. So I would say like that versus what we have now in Super. I think we got something that set us up for like a whole future of a horizon, and I'm not a huge fan with it. I think it feels very good.
It's weird. Toriyama's stuff flowed together fairly well, or at least he would take whatever convoluted dangling elements he had left and loop them into the next story.
Because isn't Goku supposed to be dead?
Yeah, like 16 times over, or like leaving.
No, he's supposed to be canonically dead in the other world fighting, right?
Yeah, because I think he
he
came
died.
back to fight Oob and then fly to heaven or something.
He dies saving the stuff. He dies because of Cell, and then he's in the other world.
And
but
that's
then when
where all the movies come from.
No, the
there's
movies
the Boo saga after,
are,
but it really meanders.
Are all over the place. But in the Boo saga, when Boo's coming back, King Kai or whatever is like, okay, here's a day pass for you to fight Majin Buu, but then he runs out of time, and then he gets back. I forget how he gets back to Earth again, but he does. Like they bring him back to life again. And
well,
then
you see, when
he
you can
saves the
teleport
They
between
bring him
dimensions,
back
it
again
doesn't matter if you're dead.
at
But
what
if you die,
point of-
but if you die again, there's no you to be wished back without.
Was it
the,
after
additional
absorption of Gohan?
I think so.
No, he's no, like he tries to fuse, like he comes back and he tries to fuse with Gohan to beat Boo, but Boo grabs Gohan.
Okay, so this is before the fusion, but he has to deal with it when he gets there.
Yeah, and then I think when they go to the Grand Kai
Okay.
planet to actually fight the Supreme Kai, the old Supreme Kai that came out of the sword, is just like, oh, I'll just make you alive and I'll die.
I don't want to
And he
make
just
this the
swapsies
Dragon
and
Ball
takes
Z
his halo.
podcast,
Yeah,
but how
well,
the fuck does the Janemba movie work then? Because he's dead.
No,
it doesn't, and the production timeline on it's actually fascinating. So it means Gogeta was actually made, the non-canon movie version was like designed and starting to be implemented. And so Toriyama had to like change the name when the fusion actually came up in the movie from Gogeta to Vegito.
Janemba can't happen because it's when Goku and Vegeta are both dead during Majin Buu. It would have to be something that happens and he doesn't talk about it when he goes to fight Buu again.
Yeah, I think maybe one of the movies can fit in a gap somewhere, but yeah, but definitely not after the preceding TV show came. Basically, the limits on the editors and the writing were like you can't proceed past where the show is. So like Super Saiyan hadn't been revealed yet, so the movie had to do that like false Super Saiyan that's in I don't know, one of the movies.
Lord Slug.
But like the Toriyama stories flowing from one to another reminds me back of Super Killer again here, where at the end of the book, it's just a generic universe. It's him falling into the girl's tits, everyone freaking out. There's a much better revision that exists out in the world because that's just kind of how these things work out when Johnny Rocket reads your comic and fix it and makes it better. And it's just boring. Like the actual ending is just like there's nothing there. It's a gag. And it's not that I like don't like the gag. Like it's kind of a good gag. That they're just like, stringing him up and killing him and murdering him.
That was hilarious. Yeah,
there are some ways that you could like,
Scar at the end of Super Killer, there's a hilarious joke.
Yeah,
at the end.
So
Ray Ray's happy.
can you
Punisher cover there.
convince me to like listen? I personally hate that Vito guy. Oh, I hate that Vito. Man, why should I read his shitty comic book?
You know what? I mean, it's free if you go in the Discord. But other than that, and you can compare it, and you can compare it to my version that Krim is now showing. But you know,
we got the good version.
It's up to you how you spend your time, man. We can't force you to read anything.
Is it kind of like a knock joke that where it's funny, or is it funny like the Twin Towers kind of funny?
Twin Towers kind of funny.
Dude, that's
there was an earlier draft that was actually Twin Towers funny. There was a great 9/11 joke, and he totally edits it out.
9/11 did.
I think the 9/11 joke got edited out because I think what happened is he had his old drafts. Maybe they're on Drive. Maybe they're somewhere else. He's working on Act 1 and like gets that out because he's being criticized for something. I assume he gets Act 1 out. He keeps working on it. And then he lost all of the assets between like that draft and like the one that we're seeing now, basically. So I think all of the rewrites and like notes that he had on his scripts and other stuff like that, I think all of that got lost. So basically Act 1 never happened, even in Vito's own head. Like the events that were there, I don't think are he's probably written them off because he can't like recreate some of the assets. Though there is one unchanged page down towards the bottom that still has the Super Killer logo as a thought bubble talking head.
Anime reference.
Yeah, see this here is better because it's not generic. Editor's note: dogs can talk in this universe. Not all of them are good boys. I'm performing an emergency mammogram. Men can't be fucking doctors. The age of consent is 36, you creep. This world's very strange. This is Johnny Rocket's version.
You know, Johnny, when you said funny and you said like, I said funny, not tragic like the Twin Towers. You're poetic.
So
that's gross.
It is a unique.
You know, Vito, you talk too much about dogs.
Yeah,
I don't like it. I personally, I don't know what your deal is, but I know that you have a deal with dogs. You sick fuck.
He does get mauled by dogs in the actual panel, I think, too, doesn't he?
Yeah, at the end, Super Killer gets mauled by dogs.
Yeah.
Maybe Vito has a fetish for dogs because he's built like one of those dummies that, like, you know, those fat suits that you wear when you get bit by dogs, and he personifies himself into that. But like, you know, I don't want to see that, bro. That's some stick shit.
Well, his way of establishing
was that Superwoman shit he was sharing with the dog, right?
Oh no, it was Superman and Krypto switch bodies, and Krypto and Superman's body is fucking Lois.
Yeah,
and Vito couldn't understand any part of like the stream of like consent or what's happening there or what rape is.
What is rape?
He couldn't understand that this man can make a comic book, but he don't understand rape law. Oh, so hard to understand. Let me scratch.
So
that.
unlike Johnny's version,
scroll up.
Let's
scroll up for a second to this one. Scar, react to this.
Okay, so do I read left to right or right to left?
You do read left to right. You have to read left to right.
That's terrible. Everybody said
you don't even have to look at the panels to see what's wrong reading left to right.
What's going on here?
It's her as a little girl in the past.
No, hold on. Like, where is she though? Like, this is grass that forever extends into infinity on the z-axis that's tilted. This is almost. It tells me that the graph starts at a very high rate. It starts at a very high rate, but then descends as the time goes on. But
it's an idyllic flashback to childhood. of infinite fields and fun, I think.
So I'm very glad that was interspliced right next to what do they call it?
Oh, sorry, I missed right an important.
Right next to mosaic nudity.
Here we go. Also, you know, what does that stand for? Sex creep? I'm a world ender, not a rapist. Here's your titties covered by a flower.
That's literally even more mosaic nudity.
Titty, little girl, titties.
Oh my god! That first one's even worse. Wait, why did you scroll up? Why did you? Shouldn't you be scrolling down where the story goes away? Not comes
probably.
From? Oh my god!
So
not
earlier in the story, at one point,
of your story.
Yeah, Vito argues about regenerating the character and like him having to establish that he regenerates, and he does that by like blowing his head off and him like completely recovering for it. So he's just like super healing or whatever.
Like Ronnie.
But this ending makes me think that the point of the super healing isn't like a story reason, or like he decided that it would be fun if he like, you know, could just infinitely heal but was like a weak piece of shit. It just seems to be there for the torture porn. That seems to be the full purpose of like regeneration existing in this narrative. It doesn't like serve a story or dramatic purpose.
Dogs.
It's just
Vito personifies himself as Super Killer, and he wants to be mauled by dogs, aka fucked by them, because he's a sick freak.
Here's some more titties that, because this book isn't being published, her arm's missing, by the way, which, you know, isn't necessarily a mistake. The Regeneration Corps is still setting in, but I do think it is a mistake. And then she becomes the sidekick, and then there's this. So his hook.
The book ends with not Batman. Not Batman is going to hunt down Super Killer.
Yeah, in a completely different universe than the or seemingly different universe than the one he actually landed in. It doesn't sound like Super Killer just showed up in his universe. And if he did, that connection is poorly established, because even Vito doesn't say the hook is, well, he's already in that universe. Vito said the hook was that there is this overarching villain. It's like, no, that's like the narrative prelude hook for like a series, not the story in the book.
You know, Johnny Rocket, I thought of something. I was going to say I should send this to you in the DMs, but I think that would be a bad idea because Vito doesn't have the creative gall to do anything within a year. You should do Super Killer versus Kick-Ass, and Kick-Ass is just Vito trying to be Super Killer.
Oh, you mean like I put Vito's head on Kick-Ass?
Well, you can kind of just like Vito is trying to be Super Killer. He makes the character. He fails at selling the comic book. And he's like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to go be Super Killer. And he like tries to make a device and he goes into another universe and he gets his ass kicked as Vito. And like by a whole universe that's full of nothing but Walmarts and Asians. And the Asians gang up on him. And
you get out of here. You get out of our universe.
You get out of our universe. We do nothing but shop here. Why you say there are too many of us? There's too much of you.
Well, the problem with the panel down here where she's missing an arm isn't that she's missing an arm. It's that it looks like amputee fetish porn.
She's not married. And, you know, how can you get a ring on
she doesn't have an arm here either. She doesn't have an arm. It's like literally dissolving in there. Like it's not actually, like it's actually gone. It'll probably regenerate later. I doubt that she's just going to have like one arm forever. Maybe she'll do like
he showed off storyboards of her getting a robot arm.
What's up with these fucking liberals and inserting characters that have one arm?
Well, I think it's just Luke Skywalker. Like they're like Star Wars.
Well, what about Finn from Adventure Time?
No, that's what I mean. I mean they saw Star Wars. It's like, okay, give him a robot arm.
Exactly. These liberals love the idea that they have one arm and they're just so disabled, and there's nothing that they could do.
That happened in it was like a main plot point in Adventure Time, and then did he ever get his arm back? It was like a multi-dimensional
he had like
lack of an arm.
He had like magic serum like that grew it back or something. Something like that.
That'll happen. Speaking of, oh no, I skipped the gay porn.
Wait, hold on. Scroll up for no, not to the gay porn. Wait, no,
to the gay
go
porn,
down.
please.
No, damn
I'm
it,
begging
Scar.
you. I'm almost there.
Scar, Scar, because you didn't keep reading, you didn't get to the gay porn. Like Super Killer watches for like gay sex
so
for like
Vito's
5
pizza.
panels.
Pizza is it excited as he thinks? You have the wrong. Yeah, he's fine. Keep going. We got this.
What's funny is, so here he has Vito's Pizza, and he has a newspaper on the wall that is, just like a newspaper on the wall. It's got 2 extra pages. He's got an extra page at the top and 2 title pages. So this should be.
Can we go back to the Vito's Pizza panel real quick? Because I'm a
that's
little
what I'm
upset. I have seen so many great panels before where, like, yeah, they might illustrate a lot of great things, but what the fuck's going on in this, like, panel in terms of, like, what am I gathering from this character? Who is this?
Well, you're gathering
person?
that he has a dog.
He has a newspaper.
He was a newspaper reporter. It doesn't really look like an award in this one.
No, he's not a reporter. What are you talking about? He just has a newspaper and a picture of a bird and a dog. Victory.
We all have newspapers, Krim. Okay.
Right.
Right.
I was in the newspaper once. I would have it if I was in the newspaper, but it just seems like he's a huge fan of this superhero.
Yeah. And then there's pictures of them together on the wall behind him when his head gets blown off here.
Holy shit.
Though this one looks really weird because the color's like covering the. Yeah, it looks better with some shading.
Yeah, that one actually looks amazing. What the fuck? I love that.
But yeah, the head exploding looks cool. But then he talks about like repeated jokes, but he just the joke he added at the end.
But as he said, Chinese people love that.
Yeah, well, there's that big spread that doesn't. I don't know what this resolution is because it doesn't look like 2 pages, does it?
Yeah, that page is really big for some reason. I guess they were proud of it.
Well, like, what is this in the book?
It's him fit. This is the kill shot. And
okay, so it's gonna be. So this is gonna be a page, and then you're gonna turn it for the cinematic reveal of the head exploding with the eye.
So future
right
prediction, since we're on Super Killer 1, and I want to have this in the ground. So
he said 2 is coming out with it before the end of next year.
Yeah, okay, sure it is. No, but my prediction is, since I'm hearing that it has a 1, 2, and 3 power mode, right? And 3 is like catastrophically like powerful.
No, it only has 3.
That's what it sounds like, and it sounds cool. But then he describes it and he uses it in the meta, and it's actually just that Meteor Man has like 3 HP, and normal weapons, if they damage him, he can recover his HP from. But if he shoots him with the super killer gun, he loses his HP. And he had 2 HP, so he needed 2 shots with the super killer gun. It was not like the second shot is more powerful and we're like, ramping up the blasts because there's like consequences to using the more powerful option. So you have to hold back. You have to hope you can get him in that first shot because the second one's going to have like a blowback on you or something. And then the third one is catastrophic. It's just 3 normal shots.
I would have been like, I have a power
and some people take more
mode,
shots.
But no matter how I do it, it has to charge up a hit, right? So like, no matter what I have to do, like say I want to set it to power 1 mode, that's 5 seconds per blast.
Yeah.
Power 2, that does it to 30 seconds. Power 3, like 3 minutes. But like that's the challenge, you're talking in the middle of a conversation, you have to start bluffing. But what I would do is accidentally set it to the largest power mode, get in the conversation, blast them point blank, and then almost kill myself.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? But pretending to be a fan would be a good way to kill a superhero. Yeah, you're right.
Absolutely. Like, and just like you also miss time. Like your shot, which is ultra powerful, which you meant to be somewhere in between, and now you fucked yourself over. That leads to somewhere interesting, trying to fix yourself up.
Or you could do it like Sliders style, where it's just like it's a timer based on the universe, or like you have X amount of time and the gun only works here, or any number of other things, but they're not there.
Your battery ran out. You're out of battery, and you now have to figure out a way to do it in a universe that doesn't even have electricity. And you have to convince people in a conventional way.
Now you have to use you have to use her expertise reading like Dr. Stone.
Yeah.
And you got to like start building bombs and science and old tech so that you can.
You're in a
get your
world
gun
where
powered up
John
enough.
Lennon doesn't exist, and you just so happen to be in that place, and where the Beatles existed, so you had to become.
But
John
that's
Lennon.
what the problem with the meta elements is. We don't have like a static, solid universe. There's not even like a debriefing that like super like because he's trying to like hold.
What's
the
his
cards close to his
motivation?
chest.
Why is
Well,
he even doing this?
Well,
one.
we don't in the book. We don't in the book. It's not there. In the YouTube trailer and on The Biggest Problem, he has said, "Well, if he doesn't do it, all universes will die." But it's not in the book. It's not in the book.
Yeah.
He forgot to put that in the book.
Okay, so if they'll die, there has to be a reason, maybe something that's happened to him, a warning. A warning would be cool. It could be esoteric, and then you could do it in reverse. You could pull a I don't know what it is until then, and if it becomes a success, then there you go. You can have your fans cultivate a fan base of what might happen. Take your best parts and cherry pick it, but he doesn't do that.
We got Liam here in the chat. Hello, Liam. Vito, apparently decided to, I think, minorly mention you in quotes on the show rather than his entire problem. So, I don't really have quite as much prepared as I thought I would. That does remind me, though. Riley mentioned it, and someone pointed me in the direction to find this clip right here. It's called. This is the new one. This is the Sizzler story.
So, but it was not find out.
There's his face is like zoomed in close here somewhere.
Yeah, he's okay. And it was like fucking hurt. I was like trying to see. He said, "Yeah, I'll be right over."
Why does this not go? There we go.
He's got to know that you don't text people.
Talking about Colin at the
and
Sizzler.
You know what he was texting me for? Oh, dude, get this. I haven't. This is the story of that. One of the texts.
I'm delighted.
He's done it a couple times. It's pissed me off. But one of them was during my show. He starts calling me again and again, and I send it to voicemail, and he stops. And then I get a text from my wife where Vito is texting her and calling her, and he says, "Where's Dick?" So she gets panicked, and she comes down and says, "Vito's looking for you." And I'm like, I'm doing a show. I don't have time for this. Just ignore him. He could never possibly have something important that I need to hear about. It turned out that he was going to meet a friend of his for lunch, and his friend was supposed to text him back when he was on the way to the Sizzler restaurant, or when he was on his way to the restaurant, and his friend never texted him back. So Vito drove to the restaurant.
I'm assuming this is Dirk. Dirk normally is framed as Red Lobster, but I don't really have a lot of faith that Vito has a lot of other friends that are going to weird restaurants with him. I don't know. That's my theory. Not that it really matters who's doing it. But he appears to have soured his communication with Dirk, and we're not getting any more Corn Boys. It's very sad.
Without getting a text from his friend, was there by himself, and and urgently needed to know if I wanted to go have lunch with him, so he didn't have to have lunch by himself at the restaurant, which he ended up doing, and then he was upset about it.
Such a weird fucking story, man.
The guy
look,
so
I'm at the
fucking
restaurant.
weird.
Do you mind traveling
and
a
hurt
half
himself, but it
hour
turned out
to
the guy
eat with
just went
me?
to sleep.
I'm already there. No rush.
Yeah, exactly. Vito also like pivots in here. He's like, "Oh, it's such a weird story." He's like, I don't think he says he's lying here, but it's the same implication. It was like, that's such a weird way of putting it, where he had details of what happened on his end of the story and not my emotional feelings about what I did in my own actions. How dare he say the thing that happened to him because of the thing I did? It's
took a nap and didn't want to have lunch.
Weird.
But that was the low.
So because you said that's a complete fucking lie. Is that a complete fucking lie?
It's really a weird way of explaining it, man. So I was supposed to meet. We have a mutual friend, and I had been texting him just like 2 seconds before, and I said, "Hey man, you're gonna meet me at the restaurant?" He said, "Yeah, I'll be right over." And then it was like 2 hours later, and he wasn't picking up his phone.
Wait,
he had told me, "Oh, I'm on the way
Vito
over the
could
rest
die
of
right
right
wait,
that
wait.
might
Did he
be-
wait like he went there and he waited?
No,
2
of
hours?
course he had 2 entrees in between.
Oh yeah, he had 2 entrees. It was like,
yeah, he was
man,
hungry.
I can't. Oh, it's been 2 hours. Where the fuck is he?
It's been 2 entrees. Where's he been?
now.
Yeah.
So I started
It's
freaking out. I'm
2:08.
like, did he get in
Freaking
like a car accident, or did he
He's
like
dead.
If someone
He doesn't
doesn't show up to
die.
lunch
hit
with
his
me,
head?
Yeah,
they
Vito
were
gets
murdered.
roasted.
If
They were
somebody doesn't
murdered.
show up within an appetizer
Fucking
or 2, I'm gonna have to leave.
Yeah, and I did try to find out. I was like, well, what happened to this? I was worried that he
did.
was like fucking
I
hurt. I was
did.
like trying to see
I did do
if
the thing
Dick
he
had
said,
heard from him or something.
but it's weird that he's saying
But
it.
it was not me going, hey, come, we got to get lunch right now. I was just kind of like, hey man, I don't know what's going on. I'm a little bit worried. So I was like, I there's another guy who lives in the apartment complex with him, and I'm like, hey man, can you just make sure he's okay? Because he just suddenly stopped answering his phone. It was really weird to me.
To go.
So I don't know
do
how
a
that turns
wellness
into me desperately trying to get him to go to Sizzler. I did at some point get somebody, I think, to check on him. The guy said, yeah, he's okay. And then I said, all right, cool. And then I think I might have texted Dick and said, hey man, I guess I'm not getting lunch with him because he's okay. You want to get lunch or something?
Are you lunch?
And then he wanted to get lunch anyway, so that's why I don't even understand this story. After his show wrapped up, he called me, said, "Hey, so are we getting lunch?" And I'm like, "No, I already got lunch."
You already got
this is
lunch.
Fucking just bizarre to me.
So no one met him for lunch.
All right,
Decided to
well,
go eat anyway. Okay, and then this is the day that happened. It's episode 444 of the Dick Show. It's January like 12th or so.
Did I start talking about my cards? Oh yeah, Vito. So I busted that. So he smugly said he was gonna shock us and awe us with his weight loss. And then I dropped that on him. Oh, and then I read Lemon Sake in chat was like, burn it. So I was like, you know what? I looked for a lighter, and obviously I have every implement of destruction in here.
What's funny is you can't hear the lighter click off camera or because it's not in the mic.
Yeah.
So
it just appears and goes up in flames. What does Vito want? Hey, what's up? I'm doing my show right now. What are you talking about?
The fat brain got to him. He had to call mid-show to see if he ate lunch. God damn.
I don't know.
I need someone for
the
second
magic card
lunch.
burning. That was great. Great payoff.
He's going to eat the other half of that magic card if you're not careful.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the other half of that.
That was a
Rusty mentioned that on the
very,
show.
actually secure man. Like if I was to say, like, if I was to ever appear secure, that's how I would be. I would call my friend. I would call Howard Stern mid-show, be like, "You like me, right? We friends? You love me?
We're still friends, right, guys?
I can still come on the show, right? Please,
Totally. Let's see.
Johnny. Can I please be in your comic?" Johnny, please don't draw me in your comic getting brutally murdered. I'm your friend, Johnny, right? We're friends.
I don't know.
Yeah, don't.
I don't know about that.
You wouldn't
Yeah, that
do
would-
that, right?
Oh,
I'm gonna hang up. I'm just
the
gonna
fuck?
hang up.
Okay, so here is this the correct? Do I even have the right window open?
How
Where did
pathetic.
my screen share go? Okay, here's
How old
this
is
Ruthless
Vito?
Super Killer.
30-something.
He is. I think he's 38.
Ooh.
If my math is correct.
Yeah, god
It was
damn.
a.
I'm gonna be so
right, I know
much
what I was
wiser
doing.
by the time I'm his age. That's gonna be great.
What site did he run? What's the fuck? Like what's the crowdfunding site called that everyone goes to? It's not
Give Send
Kickstarter.
Go?
It's,
Indiegogo.
no, that's the one.
Fund
Thank
by
you. God
Comic?
damn it.
Yep.
Sorry,
Indiegogo.
Give Send Go
I,
is the one where race wars happen in real time.
Race
are you
Race
still allowed
war,
to
let's
have-
go, Shiloh. Let's go.
Are you still allowed
She's
to have
made like
race wars?
20 more grand in the last 2
Isn't she-
days.
Well, yeah, because they're like trying to like criminally charge her for calling a child the N-word, I think.
Yep, and I'm on her side. If they get her ass, I swear to God, I'm going outside the courthouse screaming the N-word as loud as I can.
I don't want to be on her side. She's like, as a human being,
what are you
something like
you're so like
but...
you're so pathetic. You're so pathetic.
Well, no, like
no, honestly,
I don't want to,
so
but she's right, and the people fucking her over are insane, trying to kill her. Here we go. So
they called a couple of animals the animals that they are, and they're like, oh. White people would.
Well, and then like that pedophile is trying to like mess with her kid.
People would never go, hey, what'd you call me? Did you call me a cracker? And start recording somebody. Only black.
It's just so funny that. Well, it's just so funny. Like the black guy she's recording is a pedophile, and it's just like
a whole pedophile, and he's still
like an actual like child molester, and he's
you
like
know why
yelling in this woman's face with a kid.
Fathers.
Yeah. So
I'm not going to elaborate further.
Yeah, episode 200. That was 2 weeks ago. So 14 days. Vito said he was going to reopen the campaign for 1 week. That was anyway. Yeah.
I guess now it's going to be 2 weeks. Whatever. I'll keep it open for a couple more days. Go to superkiller.org. Get yourself.
Yeah. He's going to keep it open for a couple more days.
I heard that on his personal
channel. Quickly.
No.
We can all refund.
Yeah, the campaign's back open.
On Vito 2, he also advertised this. On a video about like how a different person was failing, he was like, oh yeah, and by the way, I reopened my campaign if you want to do this. He has been shilling this so hard. Do not take anything that he's like, oh, he's just shilling this once. This is hard. He is a failure.
Has he actually? But I haven't been paying much attention. He's actually.
I watched Vito 2
pushing it out
spitefully because I wait for him to upload a video that's worthy of being uploaded on Vito, but he can't. He can't create a video that's worthy of a main channel upload because he's a loser.
He couldn't even figure out how to like record footage with OBS. Like he seems like he's just trying to like do everything as like lazy and low effort as possible.
So
and it doesn't.
I got a question. Between you two, do you guys have like Apple or Samsung?
I have a phone that the battery swollen and then the screen came off, and I do not currently have thermal paste to.
Have you ever tried to go into like your camera settings and then you're like, oh wow, this video is really great. I wonder how good it can go. So you go into Pro Video, and then you just ruin your entire like camera because you just don't know what you're doing. That's what Vito did on that latest Corn Boys episode. It was like, what were you doing in terms of your camera's frame rate versus your capture? Everything feels wrong here. You should have just used video, bro. You should have just used video 4K.
Camera 1 on me, camera 2 on my fat twin.
Yeah,
Superman GIF.
Vito
camera 3 question mark.
Vito tried to blame the cameras on Dirk, but I feel like
that. Fuck Dirk. Let's get him.
I wonder how much of that decision was his. I don't know where Dirk exists at, or I would probably ask him what actually happened. But neither of them own computers that could process 4K video at like a single stream reasonably for editing. I know you can use like scratch tracks and stuff like that, but
how strong would it have to be hypothetically?
How what? Stoned? To watch Corn Boys?
How strong the computer would have to be.
Yeah.
For 4K video.
So I don't know. Not particularly strong, but they're dealing with
No, yes, you do, because you just you made a fat claim and you're gonna fucking prove it, Graham.
The problem isn't the single stream. It's that they wanted to do like multiple cameras of 4K video. And that's just gonna take forever to like go out. Because you have to process the full like 4K on each thing, I think. When you're doing the end product. Well, they have 3 cameras at 4K, and like they can downsize them, but they still have to have the 4K
Johnny
footage.
Ruffin,
That's the only raw file they have.
You can't. It sounds like they needed a 4th camera.
You can't work with like 480p footage
unless
you make it from
software to like a workstation. What the fuck are you talking about, Cram?
Yeah, well, I don't think Vito has a workstation. He's got like a weird janky laptop setup, and I don't know what Dirk has, but who knows? It seems like they both have laptops, not workstations. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, here's Vito's campaign. I don't know how much money he's made in the last couple of days. I'm not sure what it closed at. I wish I had that number. There's no web archive that immediately came to fruition. He does have a post about the digital edition being available.
I might do a crowdfund. I might buy a copy of Super Killer just to wipe with my ass. But I don't want to buy it on my own, so starting a crowdfunder.
Look, the porn one is 35. Crim, zoom in on the porn one for Scar.
So I had to wipe that on my ass.
So this is a cover by the author, writer, artist, who knows, of La Blue Girl. He's generally credited with creating the tentacle porn genre of anime and hentai, and the reason that you know where this is going is because of this guy who what's his name? Tentacle hentai guy.
And Scar, you know the girl Beck in Super Killer. She's based off Vito's friend who killed herself.
Toshimida. Yeah, he says that it wasn't originally,
Johnny.
but then he added the glass, and it made it her.
Yes, her.
Female.
Supposedly.
In parentheses, female.
I think she's biologically female, but Persian.
Ooh,
that's worse.
Those hair on the arms is going to subtract 7 points. That's bad.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows what she actually looks like?
That's healthy.
But here we have her featured with, you can tell it's the same character because it has the same not quite big enough tits. The Super Killer gun is not pointing at her own head, which I think would have been a little bit cooler. He claims he has like a draft
killed herself.
somewhere.
The person she's based off of killed herself, and the gun is sort of pointing at her head.
Yeah. So that's a little weird too. I do wonder, he said he had, and like obviously Vito can't retain any files because he has no process or like concept of system. But
it's just Google Drive.
Had at one point, he said he had He said he had a draft of this from him that he couldn't use because it was too explicit. And let us fucking see it. Like, what are you doing, man?
We want to
cover that.
We want to
cover that. You got a cover that's too explicit from one of like them, or even like part of a cover from a guy who's like renowned. Like, why are you?
So
not...
I mean, can I put something into perspective for you?
Yeah.
You know how you said this man developed the tentacle fetish as a genre?
Yeah, he invented.
You know who we all know?
Who's that?
Merlogic.
Well, Merlogic probably invented the Wonder Bread fetish genre.
No, you're wrong. You don't know.
He did.
He invented the idea of deforestation, biblification, combination. And the Wonder Bread is a byproduct of that extension because the ultimate product.
Yeah. It's the ultimate end thing of this capitalistic process.
Because it's a capitalistic process, and the white bimbos do it. He has he is invested in capitalism as
that'll make a lot. The things you're saying make a lot of sense.
And when Vito tried to explain it to other people, he called it like, he's a white supremacist. And it's like, no, he's poor, so he likes the idea of a very rich lady. He grew up in an orphanage.
I'm just saying, if you have access,
he grew up in the most ridiculous
fetish, you're gonna gatekeep some things. That was my ultimate point, Crimsel.
Oh yeah, okay. So you think that Vito's gatekeeping the superior physical porn?
Yes, he's gatekeeping his superior,
because
his OC.
But it's his OC of his dead friend.
Yes.
And it's more explicit.
Because that would be revenge porn to him, and that's the ultimate fetish for a liberal, is to withhold revenge porn.
They do like their secret information. It's very weird. People like Vito, people like Ben from the Drunken Peasants, they all
remember how you said earlier Vito lost a hard drive? Vito has hard drives.
Lots of them.
Lots of them. Some solid state drives too, for faster loading. And plus They're also a lot smaller.
I don't know why that. He does have a number of hard drives. It's very he should have more, and he should have backed them up, and instead of balancing them precariously on top of a pile of cards that a cat probably knocked over.
I think he has 6 million hard drives.
6 million hard drives within 6 years? I mean, maybe 140,000 to maybe 230,000 hard drives tops. Because, like, with the hardware that we have available nowadays, I mean, even
you're gonna need so much thermite. You're gonna need so much thermite to burn those 6 million hard drives.
Like, the amount of RAM that you could put in a computer at that time was about 8 megabytes. And if we're talking about even overclocking here, there's no way you could download that many hard drives.
You make a good point. I'll have to think about that.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, so the campaign's still open. I think we're at week 3 now, though. Wait, no, it would be let's see here. When was episode 200 was the 200 biggest problem in the universe.
That'd be 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was but how does time work? That's 14 days, right? That's
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No,
yeah, so 14 days ago he said it,
ago.
but it sounded like he had already quietly reopened the campaign prior to that. So oh no, I think that was the week after. Yeah. So it's been open 2 weeks now since he left it. It was supposed to be 1 week. Now it's extended to 2 weeks. I think it's going to go another third week because it's still open now. I don't know why he would close it before he finishes.
Isn't this the second time redoing his campaign back open?
Yes. Really, the biggest problem with the delays from Vito is that he's been saying it's going to come out next week, every week for the last 7 million years. Whereas with other creators, they're like, oh, yeah, I'm at like this page and I'm at this status and I don't do cagey, dishonest things to avoid talking about what's actually going on or the process that's happening for some fucking psychotic reason, and I end up throwing people under the bus, sounding like I'm blaming the letterer for things being late, sounding like I'm blaming the artist for things being late.
Oh yeah, the letterer one was pretty fucking funny. So he went, it's coming out this month. Okay, now it's coming out this month, and then okay, now it's coming out this month, and people went, Vito, where is it? Well, the letterer, he's taking this week off, so now it's going to be next month. It's like, oh, okay, because he took this week off, you're screwed. I
think it's because when he originally tried to get a letterer, he was using some, like, it had to be like some cheap person or like Fiverr or like some clearinghouse thing, because they kept bailing on him.
I've used Fiverr. I can tell that obviously he was using Fiverr.
Yeah. I don't know who did the lettering for the Act 1 version. I don't even think it's in the credits of the Act 1 version. I don't even think Act 1 has actual credits, now that I'm thinking about it. But whoever did the lettering in this, like, there's a good job with the onomatopoeia, the assets. I honestly, it's probably Vito. No, it's Christian Doko. I don't know who that is. Do you know who that is? Has anyone heard of this person?
No.
Okay. That is, it looks cool. I don't know if does lettering include like onomatopoeias? Is that just text boxes?
Well, no, I'm pretty sure the letterer does onomatopoeias.
That's what I would assume, that they would be like the stylized, like drawing a person. But then I'm looking at Vito's comic and all of the stylized text, which, mind you, was added between the draft into Act 1, though those elements are like bolded and highlighted in the like just plain like a text box with MS Paint or whatever draft box. These onomatopoeias look like the ones that this person did, looking through their website. So they definitely did both of them. It's just it. Why is it so plain? Why are it all just basic uniform letters? Is this the final version with the lettering done? Because I know he sent a version without a cover to EVS before trying to get like a positive review or like a feedback or something.
It'll never be done. It'll never be done. Super Killer Volume 1 version 70 will be out in 4 years.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like the Kingdom Hearts games. You know, it'll be 1, 2. No, we have to wait for 3. for 10 years. Maybe even 20.
Yeah, so that was episode 200. Did he actually get it out for episode 200? Was that the?
Yes, he emailed it out in the middle of episode 200, and then he went, well, it's not I'm still gonna change some things because a bunch of people shit on it, including me.
So we're about to reach Kingdom Hearts 1.2 remix.
Well, if we're trying to like thread the needle, we've got Vito who refuses to give up the elements in this story. There's like a weird like prelude sort of element to this whole thing that doesn't feel like the main story. This does kind of feel like the digital draft you read, and then you read the first issue, and then like you can go back and like read the backstory fill in thing, but I don't know what he's gonna do, because he said that the Magical Girl issue was the next like important one. The reason that it's generic at the end of this book, I'm almost 1,000% positive, is so that he did not have to decide what the next universe is, and because of that, there's no hook to the universe. And his compromise is the Batman.
It should have been an anime universe, because then the joke of him grabbing her makes sense.
Yeah, it should have like obviously been an anime universe, but the style's the same.
So I guess we should dissect this. How did this fail as a pilot?
Well, I think the problem
jokes
is that
are
it's
too
a story.
long, and Super Killer doesn't say why he's doing what he's doing, and
I feel like Vito has a lot of ideas for jokes.
A pilot can do a lot of that without explaining their like motivations, but even if he decided to do that, he failed.
Yeah, it didn't really go over why he was
I'll scoot over to the right. Do the panels. I like them.
Okay. So what I think he probably should have done is set up the elements as character introduction moments for Super Killer, where like he's putting the Meteorium in the soup. You want him to look like he's doing something else, and that he like dropped the rock in the soup for some like reason that's, or even like a background like artistic element where it just like happens while he's doing another thing. And you need to have this like set up throughout, and then the explanation at the end is like, oh, you saw him do it. When you just pull these things out of your ass and there's no setup, it's boring. It's not like a cool Rube Goldberg payoff. It's just, oh, cool, you showed me Mousetrap after you set it off. What the fuck is wrong with you?
You know, I go to California schools, so they teach us about something called en medias res. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but have you ever heard
in media res?
In media res, where you start in the middle of an action scene, and then you like either flash back or resolve the scene, or have them like.
Or as Monkey Jones once put it, "Hey, that's me. You were wondering how I got here."
Yeah,
and he fucking doesn't do it good at all.
Yeah, exactly. That sort of thing could work. There's lots of like little like, I guess, I don't know, nitpicky elements that you could change about the comic, but there is no like core like throughput of a motivation as it stands. This isn't Super Killer. It's SK is Sidekick. It's a movie called Sidekick.
More like maybe kids. Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Right now, this is a dramatic movie about a girl boss who does it. It is the thing the robot jokes about. It is a bait and switch. It's called Super Killer, but at the end of the movie, you see the K on Killer fall away, and it just says Kick, where the L's and the E's and the R's go away. And oh, actually, she's not like a super killer. And then the suit, the IDE, and then it's like, okay, actually the movie was Sidekick. You just watched Sidekick. We tricked you. It wasn't Super Killer. And that's what this is, but it's ended. There's no like resolution at the end. There's like a post-credit scene that's like, oh yeah, by the way, there's another multiversal agent, but we didn't even really establish the first one. So the Batman's the only one that exists, and there's no grounding to put it anywhere.
Yes.
Sorry, that was totally pointless ranting. It's annoying. It's annoying, and it could be better.
My ultimate rant would come down to this. Whenever I picked up Super Killer, it was like, well, it kind of suffered from the same problem that ISOM had, What the fuck are these first couple pages? The first couple pages of the first issue should be really encapsulating. You know, personally, as a man who's read plenty of manga, I haven't. I've watched plenty of anime, but I've read plenty of hentai. And those first couple of pages, they're important because you know why? They tell you the whole story. They get down to fucking business. So maybe, Vito, you should take a lesson, you fucking pedophile.
Whose mom is this? Oh, that's her mom.
Don't you go on to the American version. You go on to the Japanese version and you take a lesson from how they start comics. Because honestly, I can't figure out what you're doing. What's his motivation? Why? What's his name? How old is Superkiller? How old is Superkiller?
That would be not like yeah. We don't really even have like a meta life.
Do we know how old he is?
But
damn.
Here's how you actually start a story.
How am I supposed to make porn of him? Is he a minor?
He might be. It's hard to tell. He might just be like 17 or something. It's really difficult to tell.
Yeah, that might be really boring.
He acts like a teenage Spider-Man to a certain extent. But I think the lunchbox is intended to be nostalgic, not taking to school. And then given Vito's current state, I have to assume that everyone's just 38 years old and
wow. Hold on. Wait, pirates?
Yeah.
Pirates. Whoa.
Do they have treasure?
What kind of adventures will they go on? Because pirates go on adventures and pirates kill each other. Like this guy, he's about to get killed.
Wait, hold on.
He's about to get killed for being a pirate, right?
Yeah, Gold Roger, the king of the pirates, has achieved it all. Wealth, fame, and power had all been his. Not surprisingly, the final words he spoke before they lopped off his head
that Superkiller doesn't have a clear-cut
sail the seas.
Or
my treasure is right where I left it. Yeah.
Why is Superkiller doing this again? Because all universes might get destroyed. Yeah. So why doesn't he just chill the fuck out, go to a universe that doesn't get destroyed?
No, they'll all get destroyed if he doesn't destroy a universe. And they keep moving it. Vito didn't explain it.
I don't want to buy this comic anymore. I really wanted to be convinced to buy this comic, like to support Vito, because I quite frankly think he's a terrible person, but he's my terrible person that I watch. And I think we all can relate to that. You know, we all look at him like that's my favorite crackhead. You know, you ever go to the gas station and you see all the other crackheads, you're like, get the you're not that guy. You're not the one that I know that might, steal a tire for me or ask me for a pack of cigarettes, tell me a story for an hour.
It's like Chris Chan. You're like, I want you to make Sonichu, but I wish that you could work with other people so there would be production values.
Right.
And what
I wish you would go into that house and get clean, but you're never going to get clean.
Yeah. I wish that you weren't living in mold and would just get a CPAP at least, Vito, and change the filter regularly. Anything, but he's not gonna change at all. It just he's gonna keep being Vito, unfortunately.
And if he ever changes, that might be a problem. But ultimately,
I mean, I don't
want to buy his comic. I would soon rather buy Sonichu comics than his comic. Think about that.
Yeah, I liked the premise when he had it. I really liked the direction of it. I liked Act 1. I didn't want to read the draft, but inevitably I was forced against my own volition to read that draft when it leaked. Because I don't know why. I was compelled. Something happened that it came up. It was relevant what was in there. Well, yeah, it was out, and then Frog Tony wasn't reviewing it, and then someone else. It's probably something Ripoff first said, where the actual contents mattered, and I'm pretty sure that's where it came from.
Oh, there's not enough sexy dogs in your comic, Vito. You gotta put dogs.
Right, Vito. So what you gotta do is go into a universe where dogs are fucking white women. Right? They all listen to Rusty Cage.
Just our normal universe. I think I got away from this point and never actually played it was Vito getting like lectured about the people he started like copying things from, because he just came out of the slums and just like, oh, I'm posting your memes. I'm basically reading Kiwi Farms and reposting it like I'm actually talking to you. It's like, great, thanks. That's fantastic human behavior.
Memes? No, that's criminal.
I mean, I don't know if they're stolen or if he's just, repeating them stupidly, but
he's got to know that you don't text people's. And you know what he was texting me for? Oh, dude,
don't
get
text
this.
people's wives.
This is this.
Oh no, that's the Sizzler story, I think. Yeah.
You FaceTime them while you're naked. That's how you talk to other people's wives.
Yeah, exactly. You should FaceTime from the shower, naked. I guess I actually did play all of my. No, I didn't. Where's my? It's called What They Do. Oh, there it is. All these clips look the same because they're all from the same fucking video.
What do you fucking want? You're the fucking king.
That was the weirdest thing to me. Vito called EVS a king upwards of like 14 times during that stream. I did like one filter search. It didn't catch stuff that was like at the beginning of a sentence or something. So I missed some. At least like over a dozen times Vito called EVS a king during this stream.
Over 6 million times.
Yeah, and
he's sucking up.
Vito, and EVS I think picked up on where that language is from, because he starts I don't know, kind of just like telling Vito off a little.
Stop saying that.
It's good to be the king.
It's good to be.
That's not even an issue. It's not
I'm not
about
saying
whether or
it's an
not
issue.
you respect me. I respect you. Just this is the thing. We're talking about the comic book. Dick Masterson asked me to come on and discuss your comic book the way I discuss Eric July's comic book.
No.
I thought it would be funny for the show.
AI subs
I have
are not
no
very
problem
good.
that you. Of course, I have no problem. That's
All right.
I'm not saying that.
The way he's saying it makes it sound like he has a problem.
Hey, Scar.
Whoa, we don't have a problem. It's more of a situation.
Well, no, what?
Yeah,
exactly.
You said it all, man.
It honestly comes off like Ethan Van Sciver is. How do you word this in a way that doesn't sound weird? Calmly yet professionally letting him know that he is not in the position to be making claims that he's in. In the most literal sense.
You can see Vito kind of like not getting it and then catching on towards the end where EVS has been like, yep. Or he'll just be like, oh, yep, okay, let's go back to watching it. And at one point he notices and he like tries to call EVS out on it. And EVS like, what do you mean? I was just like going back to the clip. Why are you freaking out? I said,
no. But basically, it kind of is kind of connected. Like, imagine if somebody made like a dumb racist comment and like they're liberal, like Vito is, and he would go like, "No, what I'm basically trying to say is like you're one of the good one in them."
Yeah. Well, your explanation is like that's more racist
worse.
than
it's even worse.
That's worse than the slur, dude. Like
you trying to explain yourself is worse than trying to just be like, "My bad."
Yeah. Before you explained yourself, someone could have thought like, "Oh, he probably just listens to too much rap music."
Oh man, that was an offhanded comment, poorly executed.
Yeah.
I look. You are the guy.
This is what they do. They get in people's heads and go,
I'm not talking
what it
to
is that Ethan sees you encroaching in his territory.
I'm not talking to any of these guys. He is 100% talking to those guys. His like trying to like attack Liam. He starts posting streams that these people have done. And Vito's like, whoa, I'm not part of that. I just got invited on their stream. And now I'm reposting their stream and repeating everything they said to you. I'm not part of that. I just like copied it and I'm the one delivering it to you, that it would have just never been seen by anyone if I hadn't done it. But I'm not part of that.
Huge fan of Dick, but I'm going to make this observation and it's going to sound offhand. I'm not blaming Dick. I definitely don't blame Dick. I don't see him as anybody doing anything except for being a neutral in this sort of thing. But I know for a fact that Ethan Van Sciver is saying, like, I know that people are getting into your head, and he is saying that to him, and Vito is absorbing that means Dick. I know you might be thinking that may mean
Oh,
anybody
yeah, you're
else.
right.
He is definitely thinking that means you think that Dick is getting in your head. Because every single time I see him try to explain something to him, it's almost as if he's trying to put together pieces of like Dick being against him, but secretly. Like look at it through that lens, you'll probably see like Vito through a whole nother way. But I can see it. I can see him interacting with that same mental framework. And I think Ethan Van Sciver also can see that exact thing that I'm seeing. That he views Dick as the main enemy instead of probably just as his friend, if not even the messenger, but his friend.
I think he also has the same problem that like I don't know how familiar people are. Gino Pisconti and like Chrissy Mayer and Keanu. They're like Dabbleverse people. I think Ralph called Keanu a whore. I don't know.
Weren't they connected to the Steel Toe universe?
Yes. They're part of the Steel Toe universe. Whether they
so Keanu is somebody that covered the toe, right?
I think so. I think they all do like Steel Toe related coverage or like Stuttering John or
Okay, so it's coverage, not involvement.
Usually, but
no. Steel Toe hired Gino and Keanu.
Oh yeah.
To help him put on a live show that.
Okay, You're right. Yeah, so Sean went to their show, went to the event, recorded their comedy routine where Gino Pisconti attacks Nick Rekieta's wife, and he was being paid by Steel Toe to do that, which was a violation of the restraining order. Now, not like the law or free speech, but he was given a specific order from the black woman judge, I believe, who said, don't pay people to talk about her on your stuff, because he had specifically been like, well, I can't say anything. So here's two people that I told in the back room, literally, to say something to directly like try to skate around it. Okay, and the judge was like, no, you're not allowed to do that anymore.
So something's awry here. As somebody that just kind of came upon this information within this week, Schizo Sean is not sloppy. I've for the short time I've known him to be very professional. How the fuck did he get found out that fast? Was he letting people know that he had recordings as he got them, as he had the opportunity to get more? I don't believe that. Were they frisking him?
He was made at this new event because he said
he went to a different event. A different event, and he introduced himself as, I'm the guy who recorded Steel Toe's live show, and they freaked out.
Yeah, fuck you.
Because in his head he's going to like a Who Are These Podcasts event, you know, where it'd be like, oh yeah, these are all the people who like watched my footage and thought it was funny. Why would I like, care? Gino Pisconti, like on a stream. Mind you, he's like angry and probably pissed off about it, not serious. Told Sean that he'd like do more stuff with him if they were like in person at an event. They cornered him in the middle of the bar while he's listening to Dave Landau, who I think it used to be on
Crowder. But no.
Yeah. Hey, watch it. Watch it.
You fucking watch it.
You fucking watch it.
I will fight you like hell if you're pregnant.
If you're pregnant, watch me turn into Floyd. But for real, watch it. Otherwise, the potato will burn, right?
Yeah. So, Gino Pisconti, Keanu, and Chrissy Mayer's handler / person that represents her directly and might as well be her for all effective purposes. That might be a cuck or something. I'm really not entirely clear on what their relationship is. They cornered Sean because he like said that he was there, and obviously someone said something and they got a bug up their ass, and they like accused him of recording, trying to see I gotta see your glasses because they're spy glasses, which is obviously like bullshit. And they're either like totally schizoid paranoid, or they intentionally did it as like a dumb, like, hey, you guard from the hotel we're at, I need you to look at his glasses and pretend like you're looking for a camera, and I'm gonna sit over here like the mob boss Don, and you're gonna intimidate him. And then I'm going to demand answers.
This message directly goes out to the Steel Toe listeners. All dickheads will be attending all meetings well, with our cameras at a candid position. Okay, if you see us and we're like
it was Chrissy Mayer's hotel, not Steel Toes.
If you see us like this, or like maybe even like this, or we have glasses on, we have SD cards in them, and you have to search us for SD cards, and we might even swallow the SD cards if we feel threatened. You might have to search us for balloons, rubber gloves, cigarette packs. See this cigarette pack right here? I have this bottom layer. I'll swallow with my SD card inside of it. You will not get that SD card from me, but you're gonna have to search down every single person. Good luck, Schizoid.
Yeah, this trying to use authority against other people to like silence them and stop them from having fun and kick them out for doing like nothing and just
I mean, like,
accusation alone.
Recording your like stand up. I mean, are you ashamed?
Oh no, they burned my set. But the most important thing is that he wasn't there to record. He was there to have fun. He wasn't there to do anything clandestine. There were a couple of bits that he was going to be like, hey, like, do you want to film this? Can you do this thing? There were a couple ideas that, like, you know, there's a bunch of people at the content house. You can get some, like, footage of individual people all doing stuff. You can, I don't know, you make things. I thought it was the point.
You know, when I was hanging out with some dickheads up in Kentucky, we all recorded a bunch of us being drunk. Hell, I got footage of us with a beer cross while we all chant "White Boy Summer." Am I ashamed of that?
I've got footage somewhere on another computer of a dickhead being like, "Hey, someone filmed this," and he like went and like blew something up in his yard. I was like, "Great, that was awesome." Like
we shot Cantillions.
It's great.
I'm gonna shoot you again one day.
We gotta make stuff and have fun, and these people seem anti that. They're like attacking him, and like you're like gonna film us. It's gonna end up on a Melton show, and the paranoia.
It's gonna end up on the Steel Toe Farms or the Steel Toe Factory, as they call it.
It's insane. It cost my co-host a bunch of fucking money. He's like traveled there. He could have filmed stuff. He could have made money on the content. It just like it's all fucky. And you know, so they're now the enemy of, I don't know, like it's not really the choice of like the biggest problem who the show's enemies are, because she's the enemy of the biggest problem and the Clipiverse. And you know, the Dick Show, because why would anyone pick Chrissy Mayer over Schizo Sean? It just doesn't, you know, I don't think it's gonna happen.
It's crazy to see that he made such leaps.
Yeah. Well, they want to do like
he went from beefing with Vito to beefing with people in the toe. Fuck. I think he might fuck Nick Rekieta's wife in a couple of weeks. He's really moving up there.
Yeah, but to bring it back around, my point is that like they try to get ahead of everything that they're doing. Like Keanu and Gino were being like, "Oh, you're recording," and like they're trying to like jump ahead of it, thinking they're already being filmed, trying to do this like performance for what they think the audience of what's happening is, so that they can look like the good guys. And they're not like trying to answer questions or engage honestly or talk about real problems they have. Even if they do think that he has cameras, it's like a manic episode they're having, not like real things. And the same thing with Vito. He's just constantly trying to get out ahead of like an argument about how it's not his fault, or that you like characterized what he did wrong so that you lied, even though you described exactly what he did. And his issue is that he had a reason for it. It's absurd.
Vito's at his best whenever he's at his most honest.
But he's awful at being honest. And
I had to shoot you. I was bored.
I know for sure that Vito's going to stab me in the back, and I've been so nice to him. That's EVS here in our chat. He is totally correct. He's definitely going to stab him in the back at some point. I think he kind of already like.
I mean,
I don't think Vito's very good at stabbing. He's very bad at reading situations. So when like he attacks something, it's like in an anime where you're like, "Oh man, that looked like a real." You totally missed all the vitals. You missed all the key points where your attack would have been effective. He's like the, you know, an infinitely regressive rake, rake stepper. Each rake bigger than the last rake. How do we get our faces there? There we go. Let's see what else we got here. As
you know, when
EVS
like,
explains how
AI
he's getting locked by the
doing
slugs.
What you want it to do.
Oh my god.
And so you say something to it to try to fix it, and it just kind of keeps regurgitating the same bullshit. Would you say that the AI doesn't understand, or that the AI is retarded?
retarded.
I'd probably say that it's been retarded intentionally with malice to make it worse on purpose to make you addicted to it. And
That's
I
an
think that
interesting
Vito may not have
observation.
that complex of a
No,
motivation.
wait, Vito,
but,
the AI, right?
Yeah, well, what's the difference? If he thinks that
robots can learn
is better with
This
an AI
motherfucker jumped to my
CGI
conclusion.
version.
I hate him.
Man, they did that with fucking Pokemon. They made a CGI version of Mewtwo Strikes Back or whatever, and it just looks evil. It looks like a soulless trash. I kind of like don't like CGI in general, so I'm very biased. But yeah,
my thing is with Vito, I just think that he does not have that same value system that all of us do. It's just like
yeah, that's correct. A system of values. That is correct. He does not have one. Yeah, he just has trying to like win you over with like an emotional plea or like.
No, he'll just keep saying the same thing, trying to get the same response, and get upset when he doesn't get it.
Yeah. Well, then he's like, I'm being honest and I'm telling the truth. And then you like say something and he'll like intentionally try to twist it to another thing, which, whatever. That's how you like semantically call someone gay, but it's not how you like discuss, convince, or sell something. It's just like, I took what you said and I'm trying to make you mad on purpose. But it's obvious that he's not, I don't know, like he just doesn't know what he's doing.
Don't fuck my cat. Okay, so you're saying I have to babysit your cat first. No.
Yeah.
No, don't fuck my cat.
No, don't. Yeah. Destiny's example of like, don't give me your dog. I don't want your dog. Okay, yeah, I'll fix your computer. Why? Well, I always have my dog in the computer. Totally absurd example, but it's just like weird little boundary pushing for you to say it's okay. He wants to recharacterize it so that someone else will validate him. He's just constantly trying to get validated for everything he's doing at every little turn. I need a verbal confirmation that the show that's planned, that people have tickets for, that you're going to show up for it because you haven't answered my emails in some absurd amount of time. I'm going to play this clip some more.
And he wants to take you out real quick.
No.
And that's the whole thing. So if you want to be there, you can either be with us losers in the sewer like Mike S. Miller and JDA, or you have to kiss Ethan's ring because that's how he is. And the minute you don't do that and show him any disrespect or not disrespect, competition, because clearly you're better than him,
but it is
then he's going to try to destroy you, Vito. That's what he's going to do. And they've got that. I know for a fact that they're saying that to Vito, and Vito is absorbing that in a way. He's kind of true. Is that what's really going on? And then I get that today from him where he goes, Ethan, listen, you're the king.
That one a lot.
Which one?
He does that.
He's like giggling a lot during this. He's definitely still on pills at this point.
This is on a whole nother level of energy than any stream I've ever seen him on. He is actually getting verbally desecrated.
Yeah, well, Dick told him to have energy before the show, so I think he started taking his Adderall around 5. But Dick did this review with EVS around noon, and Vito started commenting approximately 21 seconds after his comic panels were pulled up on page. He was trying to argue with them while they couldn't see the live chat. So that was fun.
Vito, you could just do coffee before the show.
You could smoke weed, Vito.
He should do. So I talked to a dickhead, and they said that if you want to escape the Matrix, what you got to do is a hero dose of LSD, and then right as you're peaking, do a hero dose of ketamine, and that's what Vito should do.
Vito should sound himself with a 10 millimeter.
Yeah, these
not a bullet, but with like a 10 millimeter shaft, of course.
Yeah. Normal sounding, nothing that's like going to destroy your urethra.
Right.
Just something that you shouldn't do because it's morally and ethically wrong. Because things aren't supposed to go in the penis.
10 millimeter would be totally overpowered. 22 would be
sodomy, fine. Don't have sex with animals. That's weird and gross, and you have problems if you're doing that. Don't put things in your penis.
Why would you say that about interracial marriage, dude? That's not cool.
Interracial marriage is less bad than putting things in your penis.
No, you just said don't have sex with animals. Why would you say that about interracial marriage?
Well, because my views on race,
got you, Prim. He got you.
see the American race.
You say
And
don't
I
have sex
don't
with
think
animals.
I don't
interracial
think
marriage
you
is
should marry
legal.
the Mongol races from other countries. Whether you think they're white, like the white passing Slavic people who play pretend, or some African who came in on an illegal student visa, started an illegal business, and made his fortune on illegal crime, that we should seize all of his assets and send him to fucking El Salvador.
Dad,
What about Indians? You like them, right?
I'm dating a North Sentinelese. And I said, "Are you dating at least a crossbowman or a bowman?" And she said, "No, a spearman, a spearman." And I said, "Oh, great dishonor."
My Punjabi friend, his brother married a woman, an Indian woman, who would have been a lower caste in India if they had still lived in India, and they disowned him. Like, lived in America for decades, or like a decade and a half, and they disowned the brother for marrying in the incorrect method of the caste system. My friend, though, married a blonde white woman, so they were totally accepting of her because that is higher caste than the highest caste of Indian in the Indian caste system. Caste system? That's just how it works.
Caste.
They're super racist. Yeah. But yeah, it like that is what other cultures are like around the world. They're very, very different. That's just one flavor of example. But it doesn't matter what their skin color is. They're still that, like, culturally for decades they were raised around this from their parentage all the way down to what they are. It self-selects for specific traits based on the region.
I don't understand why they would put a white woman so
because
high
they
on
are
the caste system when they themselves are the most dangerous of animals.
well.
They want to fuck the white woman, dog. What do you mean?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is
No,
the most...
I'm just saying, like, personally, after knowing the white women my whole life, they're very scary.
You're approaching this from an American
successful
execution, not a scam-based view. They do they want to sleep with the woman, yes, but they want other people to think they're sleeping with the women because they care more about that status.
They don't understand.
They're inseparable because of the low IQ.
Imagine if that woman was living with them. It's just like, who do you feel more scared of in the middle of the night? Like, you're a man, you're a 6-foot man, you're jacked, and you have your pistol on you, right? And you're just trying to get home after a nice workout at the gym at 1 a.m, and you see a white blonde woman, right? Or an Indian woman, and they're both the same height. Who do you think is more willing to commit a false crime against you?
Well, I eat a lot of hamburgers. So she might be pissed about that.
I think the Indian woman is more likely to petty crime you, maybe scam you from some money, steal a little bit from it. I think the white woman is more likely to use the police and the system to do that.
She stabs herself.
Far more expensive. She
stops Johnny Rocket from stabbing her. She's like, no. And then she's like yanking the scissors out of his hands to stab herself with.
Yeah, like she's like stealing your fancy shampoo out of the shower as she leaves if she's in
fucking
the white
bitch
woman is bleeding out in the shower and calling the police and saying that you did it. So they're both scamming you.
It's all over. You have no more shampoo in the bottle.
Yeah, very different scam though.
So personally, I'm more scared of the white lady on the road.
Trophy wives plus green card. Transylvania Jack is from another country, so do it. Go for it. We want Americans here in America, and unfortunately, it's completely disconnected from a concept of race or cultural identity from these other countries. Very few select people are Americans, and the rest of them are. Well, I believe in free speech, and the ones that are here already. They kind of get a pass because they still culturally, fundamentally think and believe that element. They've just perverted it in the execution. The people abroad don't believe in it at all. India doesn't think things should work, and they think just because they did it, it's good because of their cultural trends and biases and how they operate. I hope they'll get kicked out. It'd be funny. Anyway, back to this clip of Vito getting manipulated. by some of the lowest rent, low IQ scammers in the world, because they're so fucking stupid. And they're partially stupid on purpose, but they're also genuinely stupid. Yeah.
And I'm just, I want to yell when that happens, because I know they're getting in his head, just like they get in other people's heads, and do the same thing to try to build up a resentment so that Vito is no longer.
I do not resent you. I would never resent you. I have nothing to resent you about.
Nothing.
Okay, look,
and you guys know it. You guys know that's what's going on with him, and it's like
Vito,
stop listening to them. Okay, they have.
I won't tell you. What do you think I talked to fucking John Delarose?
I want you. Like, do I have to sound like Eric July? I want you to be great. I do. I want you to.
Thank you.
I want you to make another comic book if you want to. Maybe not Super Killer 2. Just
maybe not Super Killer.
Super Killer 2. Currently,
okay, that's fine.
Plowing away. It's beautiful. Beautiful story.
I support you in it. I support you in Super Killer.
Support you in Super Killer. You know, it sounds like the you know, reaffirming an addict of some fashion.
You're gonna be okay, Vito.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he's really not. I think he's I don't know.
Vito, you're gonna do great. I just want you to do good. But you need a school counselor. You need to stop getting on top of these desks and fucking with these students, bro. All right.
I did have some clips here and there of him talking about like Liam and like plotting.
Look, I know the kids talk you into it sometimes, but you gotta say no.
I know that they go, Vito, you're a pedophile, and if you don't get on that desk and start squealing, we're gonna go tell the principal. But I believe you are. You just start working on Super Killer. We just want you to finish Super Killer.
If he genuinely actually thought there was some issue with something Liam was doing, and he could like express that and say that and just like make a video making a direct statement, it's like, hey, I think he did this thing and I think it's fucked for this reason, and like this is where I got this information and here's how I know it's true, or where I think it's true from. Like, he could make that video, and instead he just like kind of hinted that he was gonna make a video and said he was gonna do it on stream, and then I don't know, I had some stuff about that, but I don't really feel like there's a need to play it. Just, you know, kind of highlights not that I care who I'm highlighting per se. I just think it's not like that it doesn't exist. It's made up, it's fabricated, it's like total like mental retardation. So there's no point to like focus on it if Vito somehow maybe God, I hope, came to his fucking senses when he woke up in the morning and looked at the things he'd been fucking saying. But who knows? He's mad at Liam for saying I don't like your dumb comic for no and Liam was being nice about it when he was like being a little critical, and then Vito just started freaking out in the Discord. Like, well, here's his shitty campaign, and here's this other shitty thing he did, and this is a piece of shit that he made. And it's like, Vito, he's honestly saying his like opinion of what he thinks, and you're over here like being dishonest and disingenuous. Like, you didn't already have that opinion of Wonder Island. You didn't just look at Wonder Island and decide that you think Wonder Island is shit. You were probably looking at like one of the Slums people, and they told you that he made Wonder Island and that he fucking fucked it up and it was late. It's just absurd. It's absurd. He keeps doing it, keeps letting people down. He's gonna keep letting people down. You guys want to plug anything? I think we're like 2.5 hours, probably in the stream. It's pretty long. Yeah.
Back to Maniac on Indiegogo, or I will kill you.
Yeah,
check
boy.
On YouTube, check out the Fat Bitch Anthem and Who I Fuck. It's been suppressed by age verification. Hopefully, I'm gonna have Mossad money out coming soon.
Oh, I'll help you out with that, pal.
Yeah, they need to start bribing us. That would be much better. The Maniac versus Larry Higgins is at the last sprinting line, and unlike Vito, it can actually sprint. So we should get the second volume, which is the last thing, accounting for any delays on delivery of people's orders on the Indiegogo. So that should wrap the campaign up once that ship, and you've got a completed, delivered campaign with all of your stretch goals delivered, and you did it. You did it. You actually fulfilled your campaign in addition to finishing a comic once you crossed that goal line.
I have 2 physical comics out before Super Killer is physical. It's amazing.
Yeah, many people already have the Maniac in print because of George over at Critical Blast Publishing. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
I also did forget the Scarchives. Sorry, I did two whole projects. Yeah. 2 whole projects, and I haven't been plugging them. 2 live action videos with hopefully more coming soon.
Oh, it's Scar. You should try and get on Frog Tony's show again. That was funny when you were on.
It was fun. Yeah. It was fun. People paying to have you off and on again. We got patreon.com/afterproblem to back the show, to try to like reimburse Sean so that we can pursue this legal venture of getting his money back from Chrissy Mayer to resolve that issue, or showing up at all of the shows with all of the most clandestine video recording equipment. They had trouble streaming up there. We'll shove a Starlink up fucking Sean's ass.
We will get our fucking money.
I will.
So the rest of us don't connect to the fucking internet.
Girlfriend to make sure you can get whatever you need to get to destroy your enemies. Whatever you need, Sean. Whatever you need.
We have the Dick Show's been running for Scar's entire adult life, actually. And more.
Yes.
So he knows all of the people in all of the spheres, and like
it's everyone.
Yeah, so that means that we're everywhere.
I know Egg White,
and we could look like anything.
I know Egg White.
We could be anyone. We might be you.
Shout out
Maybe
Egg White.
We'll take over Chrissy Meyer's mind. Yeah, like we've taken over Vito's mind. Yeah, we're gonna live inside of his head, forever. And I'm going to make him dance like a little puppet until he figures out what the fuck he did and is honest, or gives me full unrestricted access to all of his accounts so that he no longer has secrets to try to use to manipulate me. I don't think he'll ever pick the honesty. So the easiest route for him to get out of this is to give me literally everything and not you deliver it to me. I get it. You give me access. This isn't some like discovery deposition thing. I get everything or it never stops. Vito won't. Christopher, I don't care what happens to Christopher Gesualdi, though I might after Vito dies, because that's what has to happen. Whether it's from ego death and him realizing what he's done and looking at himself, or it's, hopefully, I was really hoping he would blow his fucking brains out instead of releasing Super Killer. I was really hoping he would just take out a fucking gun in the middle of his fucking show, and he would have a noose hanging in the background, and his like unresolved plots, and you put a noose in the background, and then he blows his fucking head off, and that's the problem, and that ends the fuck